Alright, so
I've been planning.
yeah,
Actually
but
planning this time.
you probably should. It's good for
Fuck's
us.
sake.
No, I'm playing some of it.
Mm,
Not to talk about that was completely off the rim. He's first right.
mm, I hate it.
Great. I think he's
I got mine. I don't remember Doran's, so I'll do mine.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so I went off to go back to the apartment and try and scour the place to see what else I can find. Came up relatively empty handed, except for a notebook that contained a bunch of glyphs of an ancient civilization of some sort. Afterwards, I decided to go, you know what? I think I want to get a little bit of food. It did not turn out so well. And I had the police on my tail for a good hour. Very stressful indeed. I managed to get to an apartment, which was apparently mine, bought by my sire, and brought along Claire, which I revealed to her to be a ghoul. After that, it's kind of, well, had no other choice but to stay together. And that's about it.
I mean, who can blame you for taking that easy way? Yeah, you know, gotta make some
It was in character. In character decisions. AIDS.
actor.
Yeah? Yeah, I could have.
Awesome. Zach, your audio for you is cutting out. Only you.
Oh, the audio for me.
Yeah, it sounds like a robot stuttering.
Fine. See how it pans out.
Yes, that is quite hideous, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
That stutters.
all right. Is that any better?
Not really.
No. Well, shenanigans. I'm sure what would be causing a stuttering noise. Let's see.
It's like a stutter echo.
Let me pick one more setting here. All right. How about now?
Nope.
No. Still got an echo.
Yeah, it like cuts in and out. Stutters.
It's a weird stutter. As though you have terrible internet or something.
I'm not sure what would be causing that because I don't have anything else really going on. Let me close out of everything. That improve anything at all.
Nope. A little terrifying, to be honest.
I don't know how it sounds because I can't hear that. see. How about now?
Yeah, you're good now.
I'm fine now.
It sounded like it.
Oh, yes, that's much better.
All right. I guess I'll see that in the outtake of the video. I'll probably splice that section there and make a nice fadeaway, or probably not because I'm lazy as hell. All right. So, who would like to go first?
We ended it with me, so let's let Amit go.
All right. So we're going to start off with the next morning. Where will Emil start off?
Oh, sorry.
Well, the next night, I guess.
Next night, yes.
The morning we sleep.
Let's see. Okay, so I would have already let Claire know where I'm going, and that is the library. Well, a library. See if I can try to discern what these glyphs are. I made preparatory notes. I jotted down what the most distinct glyphs are on a single sheet of paper, and I folded it up and put it in my pocket.
All right.
So I'm not looking around a massive fucking notebook.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. Let's see. I take $20 with me. I leave my now 2 knives and gun in the apartment in a very concealed place. And I make sure I have my ID this time around.
That's probably a good call.
Yes.
All right. So, where are you headed?
Where am I headed? Indeed. Let's see. So I find the closest library to the apartment complex, wherever that may be.
All right. The closest apartment complex to the library, one like right down the street, New York City. There's the whole thing's apartment complexes.
Oh, good.
Apartments or libraries you're looking for?
I'm looking for libraries.
Oh, you're looking for a library. I thought you were. Okay, I understand now. So the closest library that is open at this time is a similar one to another individual's visitations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
You're relatively familiar with the same library, having passed by it several times. That is, from what you know, the only library that is currently open at this hour.
Very good. I go to that one.
All right. So it takes you about 15 minutes to arrive. You arrive with no real issues to speak of. And don't forget to have taken off 1 blood for each person waking up and regained 1 willpower for those who have been known to spend it frequently.
Yep.
So you arrive at the library. How did you get there, by the way? Did you take a taxi or did you?
I walked.
Okay. All right. So in that case, it'd probably take you about half an hour to get there. I'm assuming you did a light power walk or jog.
Nope, just a casual stroll.
All right. Well, we're going to bump that up to about 45 minutes.
Sure.
So a dog comes by.
I'm killing time.
Oof, oof. E-spot run. So you managed to arrive at the library, as I said before. No real incidents to speak of. No stray dogs. No issue.
Good.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and assume that you go inside the library.
Yep.
Yes. One must get their education.
Only way to survive.
So you enter the library. Where do you head from here?
I look around and see how the library is organized.
Okay.
I'm mostly looking for, I guess, history would be a good start.
For the guest history?
Historical section of anything.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, on the first floor, it's primarily nonfiction. Newspaper article rooms are sprinkled throughout on the upper floors, but other than the newspaper sections, first floor is mainly dedicated to historical contents, nonfiction, that kind of stuff. The library overall is a very large one too, at that. But you do find the history section on the first floor without much trouble.
Neat.
And what are we browsing for exactly?
We're looking for anything that goes far, far beyond, well, any real written language.
Okay, so
Any information on that, at least.
all right, so you could search through several sections. You could do ancient history. Could do languages. There are a couple of options that you could pursue for this. If you want, feel free to give me an intelligence and academics roll. We'll see how your research goes. It's gonna be a difficulty of 9.
9, huh? Okay. 2.
Oh,
Get fucked.
well.
Fucked.
Oh, okay. 2 10s. All right, you got me. The strong argument there. So you can't quite piece together still what this language is, but you know for certain that based on all the academic writings, papers that you can find here at this library, which doesn't seem like it's any all-time library by any means, that this language predates modern civilization and medieval civilization at that. And you suppose it could possibly even predate ancient civilization. But as it stands, you just don't have enough to go on to prove that particular theory.
Oh, linguistics. This is not my field of study.
Unfortunately, no.
Maybe you'll find better luck in a different area. He mumbles to himself.
Quite possibly. So, after your extended research, it takes you about 2 hours to come through this information to conclusion. So, what is your next move?
Let me see. You said 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay, so it's about 10:45-ish. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, I wrote my notes in here, didn't I? Okay, so afterwards, he is going to try and look around for the newspapers and the like. That's what I was going for. Yes, he's going to start reading newspapers. Absorbing any and all news that has been happening around town.
Crazy dog, man.
Are you looking for ones that drink blood, or are you looking for ones that have unexplained occurrences?
Yes.
All right. So you decide to head out, and so you're going to head upstairs, main floor. the 6th floor of where all the newspaper room.
Mhm.
So, where are you starting at on your search exactly?
In a very systematic way, going clockwise, I suppose. Yes. I
Okay.
don't know what you mean.
No. Well, have you ever had to use a machine like what's at a library to read through newspapers?
No.
Well, it sucked. Uh, you had entire rolls that were on sheets and they would load up, scroll through them with knobs and dials. So you had to go through all of them manually. Incredibly tedious. What a twist. So for this, if we're going to speed this up and make this less tedious, I'm going to roll another intelligence academics.
Difficulty 9.
Now we're going to go with the difficulty of 7.
7.
Or actually, change that from academics to investigate. Way less.
Gotcha. Let me see. Revert that back. Okay. Easy.
Oof.
Oh wait, that's well, same amount. Anyways,
Well, yeah.
it's the same.
So you find a number of random incidences. You spend about another 2 hours going through the newspapers, and you fly through them because you figure that most of these are going to be at least on the front page or like the second page. It's not going to be tucked away in some back alley page, 10 pages. Any violent occurrings or anything that would startle people top front page. And you notice that there are a number of occurrences of rabid dog attacks, large dogs seen in the area, rumors of wolves that surround stuff like Central Park and things like that. But nothing that is concrete. There's never been like a wolf captured or anything of that nature either. So it's a lot of hearsay and rumor via the newspapers, but again, nothing concrete specifically.
Well, after that, seeming to become or seeming to strike out again, he'll begin looking for job articles.
All right.
That is now a priority.
Oh, having a job is a priority?
Yes. Because I got no fucking money.
I mean, your sire did say that your room and board were completely covered. You didn't have to worry about money.
I know. After this, he's like, so it's time to amass money.
Oh, now he's after money. He's gonna start from the bottom just like someone else. Man, that 9 to 5 job, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Not even 5 a.m.
So, all right. You
Her library's hiring.
Yeah, one of the listed locations is the library that you are currently in. They are hiring.
He scoffs. This will be easy.
Did not know this was going to turn into a library simulator.
We're playing this ahead, don't worry. we did not plan this ahead.
Gross. This will only end poorly for me, I'm sure. Alright, so you know the library's hiring. A couple other places, including one of the local banks is hiring bank tellers. There's precincts that are hiring, local grocery, other places that are hiring, station, all sorts of places.
He ponders for a while. He begins to narrow down his options. So, I'm just going to type this out because this might work out for me. And we got... Okay, so there's grocers,
Yeah, grocers. There's bank teller jobs, library job, police precincts, clerks. Most of it's either manual labor and or desk work. There's a couple of corporations that are hiring for basic customer service support, that kind of stuff too.
Okay. Okay. Oh, and library. Okay, so he narrows down his options, and he narrows it down to, or rather, between a police secretary, basically a bank teller, or a librarian.
Okay.
Begins weighing the pros and cons.
Yeah, it's always a good idea. Certainly wouldn't want to work in cleaning skyscrapers at 11 a.m.
No job?
Hell no.
But it
Doesn't
pays
even
so
like
well.
heights.
Man, he's gonna hate the rooftop chase scene.
Okay. So, narrows it down to librarian and police guy.
Okay.
Get revenge, join the police. Where's your fucking idea?
What's your fucking idea?
Oh, there's also a job listing as well at a nearby hospital too. Janitors.
Janitors.
Hey, don't you mock the almighty janitor, okay? No one pays attention to them. Period.
True.
'Cause they can get in and out of places. Usually have clearance for all the locations, especially in a place like a hospital. Gotta clean the floors somewhere.
He takes note of both job opportunities, and he decides to try and attempt to apply to both.
So he's applying to the hospital one and where else?
Oh, the library and the police thingy.
Okay, so the library and police station. Alright. Alright, so he's gonna apply to both.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Job simulator has become real.
You didn't have
Getting
to
triggered.
Alright, so see how that pans out.
He begins muttering to himself, well, this shouldn't be too hard. I have applied to other places like this before. Just got turned down frequently.
Feel as bad.
Alright. So, I'm guessing you will pay all those applications?
Oh, yes. Because he doesn't want to fucking just show up face to face. He's not that kind of person. The fuck is this?
Fantastic. Who's this guy? I don't even... So, you send out those applications. What else are you doing besides that?
Let's see. What's next on my to-do list? I did not get very far. It's okay.
I mean, who needs to get far in life? It's not that important.
Just wing it.
Hell
We're,
no.
we're all doing that anyway.
I'm not. Trying not to.
I mean, I am.
Ugh. Okay.
No jokes.
No, no, no.
All right. So you wrap up the applications. What else are you doing?
Did that. And that took another 2 hours looking through that thing, so that it's now midnight. Probably another hour filling out these applications, so it's now 1.
that is a very safe assumption. Yeah.
Afterwards, he gets to check around the library and look for some books.
Okay.
Mostly looking for things involving chemistry, science, and thermodynamics, I guess.
All right. So you don't have any real problem finding any of that kind of stuff. Find them pretty.
Yeah, I've been here before.
This is closer to your jam.
Spend entire days at the library.
Sure. I couldn't help it. Sorry. So you are looking this information up for what particular reason? That it's
General interest.
how stimulating. All right, so you look up this information without any real trouble. Of course, you're used to looking it up, so you find it very easily.
Very good. And if there are any books on the subject, I proceed to check them out. Or at least I check out 2 books. One on chemistry, one on thermodynamics. Hooray.
You find it no problem.
Woo. I guess 2 books. Now I can kill time without having to stroll around the street.
Well, I thought you had a great time while you took your walk.
Hell no.
Never go outside again.
It's time to amass the library. Never leave home.
All right, so you take your time and go to the library.
Yep.
We're gonna move on over to Doran. We're gonna give him a moment and let you do your phoning up on some books. So, what is Doran doing?
Have I received a call from that man, Michael?
No, he is not called yet.
All right. He's gonna grab his things that
Okay.
are essential. Make sure his pistol is reloaded
Of
from
course.
last night.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. And then head out towards the club area.
All right, so you head out towards the club area, and heading towards the one nearby you, or are you heading towards a specific club?
The club that I was at last time. That's
Okay.
right next to the library, I'm pretty sure you said.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's relatively close.
Yeah.
A couple blocks
Couple-
down.
Yeah,
A block and a half down. All right, so you head to the club. Are you dressed for the club?
Not dressed for it per se. I'm dressed nicely.
I'm not
Nah,
dressed in a garbage can.
Yeah.
All right, so you arrive no problem. I'm guessing you take a cab or
Uh-huh.
arrive no problem. You walk up. It's the same bouncer too. Giant 6'2" black man looks at you, lifts up the rope for you.
I give him a slight nod and head in.
The people who are in the line are like, "What the hell?" In fact, you think it might be the same
Again.
people as the last time who were waiting last night too.
Damn.
These guys still waiting.
Still waiting.
I've been here for
Damn.
2 days.
I've been here for 4. I'm in the back of the line.
All right, so you walk in. It's playing the same obnoxious music, and every once in a while, Sandstorm does play.
Interesting. Okay.
What exactly are you eyeballing for? Meal, looking for trouble.
I'm looking just around for a bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay in the relative area where I saw Michael last time, if he's there.
Okay. So as you're waiting around, it passes for a little while. but eventually he actually also strolls through. He shows up after you do.
Hmm.
He looks a little disheveled. Like he's seen a bad night after he last spoke to you.
Interesting.
It looks like as it stands, has not spotted you. But he heads up to the bar immediately, orders a drink, and then downs it.
I'll go over and pay for his drink.
He immediately turns around and looks a little worried in his eyes, but he realizes it's you, and then relaxes a little. Oh, thank God it's you.
Something happened.
Yeah. So after we talked, I may have had a run-in with that guy that you mentioning. Um,
Hmm.
he made it very clear that I should probably disappear.
Give me a description of this man, since you saw him up close.
He's like, all right. He was about 6'3". He looked like he was about like 220, 200, something like that. Hard to tell with like the bulky clothes that he had on. He was wearing a large coat. He had like a beanie cap on. Uh, he had a really gruff voice. He had like a really dark 5 o'clock shadow, like basically a 7 o'clock shadow, and he had brown eyes and brown hair. And he had a scar going along his jawline, on the right side.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, but are you gonna actually try something with that guy?
Mm. You didn't catch his name, did you?
Uh, I was too busy nearly pissing myself.
I understand.
So he's armed.
I look around, see if anyone's staring at us.
Give me a perception and alertness. Difficulty we'll go with 8 because of the strobe light effect that's constantly blasting in your eyes. Well, all right. Well, yeah, that's not bad. All right, so you don't notice anyone in particular at this moment staring out at you. At least not immediately watching you.
All right. After I look around, I look at this man, Michael. And I pat where my gun is as well.
He's like, I don't think you understand. It's not. And he like has like half a smile, and he just goes straight. He's like, he's got a shotgun.
Okay.
He's sawing off the barrel, tucked underneath his coat, and I quite clearly saw it. And so yeah, I don't think the pea shooter you've got is gonna do much.
I should just go back to my place and grab one, but I'm told not to engage.
You're told not to engage? You're working for someone else?
It's a long story. But thank you, Michael, for this information.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. He's like, or anything else?
You said you gotta disappear.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay low for a little while. But since this has been still pretty profitable and I haven't been shot yet, I'm gonna just give you my information and then I'm gonna lay low for a week or two.
Yes, I
And
will.
he hands you a slip of paper.
Thank you about this, and I'll contact you later, maybe.
Yeah, sure. And so he departs.
Right.
What's the plan now?
Doing just thinking for about like 2 minutes, and then remembered he's a little hungry.
Well, you could try and feed here. You could try to take your pickings in the park.
The park again.
It's kind of like a cheap buffet. It's all you can eat, but a little risky. Here the meals are a little gamey.
Trying to see exactly what the kiss is exactly.
A little smooch.
A little peck on the cheek, as it were, but on the neck, or maybe other locations. I don't know. You don't have to precisely make it one area. Nobody's picky about that.
Right in the middle of the forehead. Hell yeah.
I don't think that's quite how that works, but okay, you got me. Maybe not everywhere. The hell happened to your head? I don't want to talk about it. Basically, it would be assumed that your sire, being who she is as well, would also teach you and instruct you on how the way kiss works. And the kiss is just a terminology that is
Yeah.
used to describe the effects of feeding from a mortal, whether it's an animal or it's a person. Most kindred, when they bite and feed from someone, the person feels euphoria to a degree that it incapacitates them. Only the incredibly strong-willed can even resist that effect to act against you. Typically, vampires can always act against that, though they still feel that same euphoria themselves too. So if you fed from another vampire, you still have that experience. But for the most part, it's humans, and humans typically can't.
I'm just
No
wondering,
kidding.
like, wondering if they would freak out after, but more than likely they will.
Well, I mean, you could always give me what would be a good role to give you some insight on what is a poor idea or not. Give me a give me a wits and subterfuge roll.
Difficulty 6.
Uh, with a difficulty of 7. Okay. You're pretty confident that between the strobe lights, the music, the setting, you're pretty sure you could feed from somebody and it not be a problem directly in the club right now.
I can't just walk up to a random person and do it.
I don't. Well, you don't think that you could walk up to like just any person and just start nibbling on them, but you're pretty sure that if you played the right cards, you could schmooze with some drunk random person, man, woman, whoever, and
I,
easily get a free meal out of it. And
I'm watching.
they would be
I'll be
none the worse
watching
for
the
wear.
dance floor. Yeah, I'll be watching the dance floor then.
Okay, so you're watching the dance floor, picking out your next meal, and so go ahead
An
and
easy
give
target.
me. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, and nobody wants to go for the person who's straight edge, watching all their friends who's pissy.
Who has the sawed off in his back pocket?
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. That's my favorite target actually. They're really medium buff usually.
Yeah.
Get all those endorphins running through them all the time. Also the
Well,
steroids.
what would you need again?
We're gonna go ahead and go with. We're gonna go with a perception and alertness roll to pick someone out. And we'll go with a difficulty of 7 again.
Oh, all right.
All right, I can see a consistent trend here. Fuck you. So, so you have easily picked out a handful of targets. You got like 5 people. You could easily just be like, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one.
How many do I need?
How many
Do I
do
know
you? How many do you want? You know that mechanically speaking, outside of game terms, your character can feed from a human being for 2 points without running the risk of hurting them. 2 points will leave them dazed and weakened, pretty much akin to donating blood or plasma. So you know that you can get about 2 out of them without causing them great harm or anything else. It'd make them very drowsy and groggy, so to speak, similar to the effects of being drunk. And if they're already drinking, that will just amplify those effects.
Sucks for them.
Yes.
I need 7 to get back to full. I'll
Yeah,
pick.
well, you've been holding off.
Yeah, I'll pick 3 targets.
Oh, we're gonna feed from 3 in a night. 1 club. Ambitious. I like it. So, you're gonna pick out your first target. Go ahead and give me a. Gonna try and what are you trying to do specifically with them?
Go up, dance with them a bit, and get on their good side, See if they like me.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a dexterity and be a good example for. We're gonna go with expression for now.
Expression. Would celerity counts as this, right? You said
Yes.
dexterity? Okay.
Yeah.
Difficulty is 6, and
All right, so you dance pretty well. Nothing amazing, but you're about as good as like the average dancer here. So the first person you meet up with, is it a man or woman that you were aiming for?
be a female first.
Okay, so you dance up next to a brunette, and she's fairly receptive. She starts dancing with you.
Mm-hmm.
You seem interesting enough to her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and have you give me one more roll. It's going to be with an empathy and manipulation roll.
This is where it goes downhill right here. I'm gonna use a willpower for this.
Gotta get that blood.
Oh.
Ooh.
No, I said.
All right. Well, I mean, you got 3 successes, so you nail it out of the water. She's immediately really into you. You dance just in the right provocative manner that makes her more interested in you. Since there's obviously no actual conversation occurring between the two of you, with the incessant sandstorm playing. So you schmooze your way up to her and you're dancing with her. At which point you lean in, you bite down on her neck, and she immediately slightly leans into you and just kind of not completely collapses into your arms, but is very vulnerable at this moment. Feed from her. How many blood points will you be taking from her?
2.
2? All right, so you take 2, and as your sire has taught you, you can lick a wound that is vampire bite, specifically in this manner at least. Feeding wounds you can close just by licking them, and there's no evidence behind.
I do so.
I would imagine one would. It would be hard to explain
what's that
otherwise.
on your neck? What's that on your neck? I have no idea.
Heroin? What do you mean?
That's not where you do the heroines. Where you inject marijuaners. All right, so you feed from her. She's definitely woozy and wobbly by the point of this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I didn't think about this part.
Dance away.
Continue dancing.
Slowly dance away from her.
Yeah.
She's just like stumbling.
I keep her upright, and probably take her to a seat.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guide her to a seat and let her sit down.
Hand her another drink, or buy another drink.
All right.
Whatever she was drinking before.
Okay, so you buy her more alcohol.
Damn. That's gonna be one hell of a hangover, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Her fault. Her fault for bringing you.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
Sucks to suck. All right, so you finish feeding from the first person, and so you're going back out for a second meal.
I'm at 10.
Yes, you are.
Nah, I tried my luck here. RNG gods only like me for so much.
Oh, come on. Come on, give me one more. I believe in you.
Nope.
Well, I tried. Like
That's
if
a
you
vector target right there.
Oh, fair enough. That's. I mean, I would push my luck all the way, and then then I would be killed. So you finish feeding up, and where are you headed now? Are you staying in the club still, or are you going to head out somewhere else? Are you assume you're either going to leave or you're going to stay and wait for that person to possibly show up?
I would. I'll come back here. I'll go out, start walking around,
Okay.
start heading towards the library.
All right. So you head out towards the library. Since it's only a block and a half away, it's not that hard. By the time you wrap this up, it's close to 1 because you've been camping this place for a while now. So
Wow.
Yeah, you took a while to feed and then get all the information, dance with her, schmooze her, and then get all the way back. But you finally make it back. I'm assuming you're just gonna walk that distance and it's only like a block and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Also, I'm making sure I'm keeping an eye out this time.
Okay, so yeah, you head out. Are you headed straight there? Are you looking for anything suspicious in particular, or?
I'm heading straight there. I'm just making sure no one's following me.
Okay. To make sure you're not being pursued, give me a perception and alertness roll.
Oof.
Oof. Well, oof indeed.
It was a good party.
Yeah, that was a good party. You are feeling a little bit of the effects of the alcohol that she was consuming. So you finally make it back to the library with no real issues. Didn't notice anyone following you either. So you stroll to the library right about the same time that another individual is leaving the library. Who could it be? I wonder to myself.
Hope it's not me.
Oh, it is you.
Fuck.
Right at the front door.
I stare at him briefly and try to move past.
I give him a nod.
I do not.
Don't know. New number, new face. Who dis?
He's gonna be like, "Good to see you again," and then walk in.
Emil does not make a response and continues on his way.
Rude.
Actually, Doran's gonna go after him for a second. Like, wait, I have a question, if you don't mind.
I look back, still silent.
Have you seen get ready for these descriptions, a 6'3", around 230 man, wears a beanie, 5 o'clock shadow, brown eyes, brown hair. He also has a scar on his jawline, right jawline.
No.
Man, didn't even hesitate. No.
All right, thank you. And he has it.
Emil continues on his way.
All right. So, what is Doran doing next? Library.
Make sure this man's not in here first off. It's like, no, this man Mel is sitting next to him the entire time.
Well, I mean, that would only make sense. All right, so you head out into the front lobby, and what are you? So you're looking to see if there's been any altercations.
Not just altercation, just looking around.
Oh,
see,
the
see if I see
desk clerk girl recognizes you again. She gives you a small wave.
I wave at her. Continue looking at some books. Also looking around, see if the man's in this place.
Give me a perception and alertness to see if he's in here.
Ooh.
That would be still a no. Actually, you do not see him.
No matter how good that is. No.
Damn. Get
As
fucked.
far as you're concerned, he is not here.
Gotcha.
He is. He must be invisible. One of the two.
Man's a magician.
Or it's been the library.
Bum, bum, bum.
Whole library was him. Is the library.
Oh shit.
Monster House all over again.
That only makes sense.
Alright. After examining through some books and all that, is there a place, door and window to put in like this information to I mean I guess I can go to the police and ask.
Yeah, that would be one option. If you were about to ask, is there a website you could go to? I don't believe search engines exist yet in 1990.
Yeah, I see.
But you could try. You could try. I believe in you.
I'll make it later.
Of course. Yeah. So, are you going to head to the police now and hunt down somebody with this description, or you could always do a private investigator? That would be an option.
PI might be good.
What will you do?
I guess I'll go find a PI.
All right. So, how will you hunt them down? I'm gonna guess you're gonna use the library as a big data source to hunt one down. So you read today's local newspaper, which is right there at the front, so it doesn't take you time at all. And you do see a couple listings for PIs into the local area itself. Some of them do specialize in missing persons or tracking. So I'm gonna guess you're just gonna pick one at random.
Yep.
All right. So there is one that's not too far. It's about 6 city blocks away. So it may be faster if you take a cab. It may not be. Traffic's really fickle at that point.
I would take that cab.
All right. So you take the cab. You make it all the way. No incidents or chase scenes. You
Damn it.
arrive and you hop out, and it's a multi-story building. It's got a placard that lists like all the businesses and stuff like that are going on. So you can see that it's on the 3rd floor is where the PI residing. The PI that works late hours mentioned in the newspaper. Guessing you're gonna head on up.
Yep.
All right, so you head on up, get to the 3rd floor, rap on the door, and a woman answers the door and goes, "Welcome on in." She opens up the door for you.
Yes, thank you. Sorry for disturbing you at this late of hour.
No problem. What can I do for you?
Yes, I'm actually looking for a certain individual.
Okay, well, have a seat. I'll let Frank know.
Yep.
She's a small, short lady. Got red hair. Got very like semi-narrow face, but not super narrow. Seems really nice. Kind of quiet. But then all of a sudden she walks over to his door and just yells in, "Frank, you got a visitor!" Shuts the door.
That's one way, yeah.
Walks back over to her desk. Let's go back to typing. The guy comes out disheveled. He's got a cup of coffee in hand. And he's like, "Come on in." Opens up the door more fully for you.
I head in.
Alright.
Thank this lady while I walk out.
He's like, "Oh, you can call me Beatrice."
Alright, thank you, Beatrice.
She waves and he shuts the door. Motions for you to have a seat, and then takes his chair, sits down. Like, "So what can I do for you today?"
Yes, I'm looking for a certain individual.
Okay, so is this a missing persons case? Or are you trying to hunt someone down?
You can say hunting down. It's
Okay.
more information gathering.
All right, and so is this person, for my own personal safety, I'll need some more information. Person dangerous? What are
Could
we
be
looking for here?
dangerous.
Could be.
Yes, I've heard that he may be carrying a sawed-off around with him.
Always lovely to hear that people are staying safe.
Yes.
All right, so potentially armed, and how about a description of the?
I give him a description. 6'3", 230. He
Okay.
wears some large clothes, a
All
large
right.
coat, beanie. He has a gruff kind of voice. What was that? 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock, Shadow?
7 o'clock, 12 o'clock,
One of them.
30th o'clock.
Uh,
Who knows?
brown eyes, brown hair, and thing that I would guess that is important is there's a scar on his right jawline.
Guard is right jawline. And the PI is taking notes, and he's like, okay, all right. So, and are you looking to, what are we looking to achieve here? Just locate him, or?
Location would be fine. Yes.
All right. All right, well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. When was the last time he was seen?
Last night at what was it? The Trans Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Club Trans is where he was at, and there last night. Did he frequent there often, or?
He appears every 2 to 3 days. I've heard.
Okay. And what does he do there? There for a long time? Is he there for minutes?
I think he stays there. He gets a few people to go with him, and then those people that he takes with him apparently disappear.
Oh, that's always heartwarming. So we have what could be a potential murderer or kidnapper.
Could be.
All right. So, question: why haven't you just brought this to the police instead?
More important matters on this. I'll flash him my badge. TIA badge.
Okay. So he looks and he's like, all right. So you're looking to recruit some local help then?
Yes.
He gets like a little puffed up. He's like, yeah, it's shine. Like, all right. And what is your name?
Dorn.
Dorn. All right. Well, I'm Frank, as you might have heard. So, we starting tonight, or how do you want to do this?
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Okay. Well, if you give me some time, I can prep some stuff, and I can start in about an hour.
All right.
All right. So here are my my prices, and he slides you a piece of paper.
I'll look at the prices.
500 a night.
Not that bad.
Yeah, not for you, I guess not.
I get a note.
For others in the city, maybe.
I'm like, all right, this should be no problem.
Okay, glad we can come to this agreement.
Would you want to be paid up front or after?
Half now, half later.
I give him half then.
Okay. So he takes it, pockets it. Like, all right. So we will. Shall we meet up back at the club that you mentioned before in about an hour?
Yeah, that'd be good. And apparently, my last contact, he got spooked by this man because he got approached. So I'll be careful about this.
I assure you, I am a man of decent skill and reputation.
All right.
I served on the force for like 10 years, so I think I can handle myself.
All right. I'll meet you there then.
All right,
I'll
see
be
you
out
then.
in front.
Okay. So, I take it you head out back to the club, or do you head somewhere else in the meantime?
I will go. Yeah, I'll go out back to the club.
Okay. All right, so you head back to the club. And so, while we're waiting for that hour to pass by, since you got quite a bit of it to wait off still, even driving back.
Actually, there's an hour left. I'll probably go back to my apartment. Grab. Yeah, you said an hour.
All right, so what are you picking up there while you're there?
Probably gonna need some bulletproof vest, to be honest.
Hypothetically.
Might have to grab that.
What? You're a vampire. You don't need a bulletproof vest.
Oh no, a shotgun hurts.
Only if it is aimed at the important parts.
I would grab a small shotgun with me.
A small shotgun?
Yeah, a little small.
I don't think they make small shotguns.
They do now.
He's a weapons manufacturer. Tony Stark, is that you?
Yeah. Shh.
Ah, of course, of course.
No, I'll get. I might have to go to a gun shop, buy something.
Okay. All right. So you head to a gun store at 2 in the morning.
I see GTA. They're always open.
That
Oh yeah.
perfectly accurate representation of that. They 24/7 for all your needs, all the pews and pals that you could possibly desire.
I like a gun store or a pawn place.
Oh yes, perfect. Okay, go ahead and give me a. You got a phone book. Peruse through it. You'll find a couple that are open. There's one that's not too far from you. We'll say it's about 20-minute cab ride away. We'll get you over to it.
I go to that one.
Okay, so you head over, and then you walk on in, and it's as seedy as a pawn shop gets. This guy, he looks up at you, and then immediately looks you up and down, sees that you have money, and goes, "Welcome. What can I do for you?"
Yes, I was wondering if you sell firearms here.
You sell whatever you've got the money for.
What kind of firearms do you sell here then?
He motions to the wall that's off to your left, and
Look at
there's guns, rifles, handguns, knives. It's not a complete armory, but there's a handful of options from several different makes and models.
Trying to look for something that's pretty conceivable inside my jacket-ish now.
Like, are you looking for handguns? You looking for
Nah.
shotguns? I mean,
Hmm.
you could get like a rifle with a sawed-off barrel, but looks around, he's like, it's not legal, so
Yeah.
we don't have those here.
Yeah, we gotta keep that down. Is there a shotgun that looks pretty decent that I can hide within my jacket?
It looks like there's.
If not, I'll probably take a SMG. If not, if there's that.
Well, give me a. Go ahead and give me a perception in firearms.
Ooh.
See if you can notice a sufficient weapon.
Ooh.
Okay, so you do know that he's got one gun present that would actually be suitable, shotgun wise at least, that you could use. It's a Remington 1100, and you know that you could saw off that barrel without most of the barrel without any problem, and still be able to cock it and load it without any.
Okay. I pointed at that one. How much?
He's like, that one right there, like 1,000.
Could we saw off the barrel? I'll pay extra for that as well.
He's like, now what makes you think that I'm gonna do that kind of thing? I could lose my license.
That's fine.
I'm not worried about your license.
Nope.
Like, yeah, that. He's like, I doubt you've got enough money to make it worth my trouble to do that.
You'll be surprised, but 1,000. All right.
All right, so you pay him 1,000.
I look for a saw in here as well. A handsaw.
You look for a saw. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm sure this will be fantastic.
I'm seeing if there's one in here.
Give me a perception and alertness roll and see if you you notice a hacksaw. A hacksaw would be your best bet. And we're making it. I wasn't done yet. I was going to say a difficulty of 7 to look through all of his merchandise.
Well,
Yeah,
it's still 3 then.
Yep.
They're all
yeah,
7s.
yeah. Well,
Damn.
why can't I roll with that? God. All right. So you do in fact find he's got some power tools, and one of them does include a hacksaw, so you could buy
I just keep note of it. I come back later.
it.
Oh god. Come back, rob his store.
I didn't say
the
that.
air, fucker.
All right, so you buy the gun. Are you buying anything else while you're in on it, or
I'll buy some shell sword as well. Slugs
do
or shells.
the viewers have anything to request for Mr. Moneybucks while we're at it to buy? Perhaps some industrial strength dildos while we're at it.
I don't think that's here. Is it?
Yes, they are. A whole box of them. Barrel full of lube too. 55-gallon drum.
I'll take 20.
There you
It's
go.
a real slippery slope at that point.
Oh no.
You also see some dog collars. So yeah,
Oh,
you
my goodness.
right. So you buy the shotgun. What's your next move?
I thank the man.
Okay, do you buy ammunition for the gun?
That's what I was saying before. I'm buying slugs or shells after that.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear you on that one. Sorry. All right, so you you buy. How many shells are you buying?
I buy a box of them. I don't know how much is in a box. It's been a while.
We'll go with enough.
Enough. Okay.
Enough.
Let's say a box has 36.
Oh yeah, that's enough.
He sells you the box for like $50. I don't even know what to price ammo at. That's too tedious for me. You have enough money. That's the real point here.
Yep. Do that. Thank the man.
All right. He's like, thanks for doing business. He waves you out.
No, I got you a shotgun.
Now sell me a hacksaw.
Actually, I go back in and see if there's a case for sale, so I can put this instead of carrying a shotgun around.
I mean, yeah, there's a case there you could buy.
Yeah, I bought a case for it.
He's like, I thought you might be back.
Yep.
Slide you the case.
Hand him the money. Put the shotgun and the shells in there.
Hey, what a wild idea. Well, I guess technically it is not illegal to walk around with a shotgun in hand in public.
I might just scare a few people.
It might raise some concerns, though. Yeah, you're right.
It's the police officers, you know.
They might come back. So, you put it away inside the case, along with the ammunition. And what is your next move?
I will. How long had this took me?
We'll say this took you about half an hour. It wasn't super far, at least the transaction wise. You pretty much walked in, bought the stuff, headed out.
All right, I go back to my apartment.
Okay. So on that note, we're gonna switch over real quick to see what Emil is up to. I'm sure it's nothing but lovely. Okay.
Yep.
He is going back to the apartment.
Oh, such a lovely time. All right, so you make it back to the apartment. No real fuss or muss. You make it back, and your new ghoul Claire is on the couch, just watching TV.
Not tired. He closes the door.
She's like, no, it's been a wild week, and I figured I should probably have my schedule semi close to yours.
That does make sense.
Like, I'm kind of a night person to a degree anyway, so I don't mind that much.
I was a day person.
Don't think you are anymore.
No, I'm not. Anyways, how's your homework coming along?
Not too bad.
Good.
How's your business coming along? Don't actually know what you do.
Well, I was a college student. And
I
that's all
assumed
I
you
was.
still were.
No. Had to leave.
That bites. I mean, sucks. I mean,
Mm.
that is terrible.
Yes. Yes, it is. He sets the books down on his bed. Begins to crack one open.
You're boning up on a few books there.
Yeah, I visited the library.
Oh, you're not really a large one that's down the road.
Yep.
Okay.
That one precisely.
Do you help with anything in particular, or
Not at the moment.
do you eat?
Hmm.
Stands there semi awkwardly. He walks into the kitchen to grab a meal.
Nope. I'm fine.
What a world of conversation, everybody. So you're gonna sit there and read up on these books.
Yes, and occasionally mingle. Oh, one thing I've been meaning to ask.
Yeah, she turns around to regard you. Yeah.
What exactly do you study?
Oh, well, I was studying for the last couple of hours.
Your field of study.
Oh, what am I studying? That's not really decided yet. Taking the basic courses right now, but haven't honed in on a major yet. Taking basic courses and swap to anything I want.
Huh.
I haven't really found my passion yet. What I wanted.
I see.
I figure
I
I've
bet.
got a while.
About 2 years.
And a whole lifetime. Or 6. Or 100. I don't even know. This whole
Right.
immortality thing is kind of made me reconsider what I'll do.
Yes, it's a lot to take in.
It sure is. Sits back down and goes right back to the TV.
Kind of looks over at her.
That'll rot your brain out.
God.
She's watching shitty TV too. She's watching Jerry Springer.
I hate it so much.
Trash TV is the best TV. It's the foundation of America.
Emil eventually goes to his room.
Thunk. If I want to listen to trash, I'll put my head in a trash can. All right. So you spent the rest of the night studying, reading.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right. We will head back over to Doran then, since it's now returned. What is Doran doing from the apartment?
Loading up the shotgun he just bought.
One
Jesus.
shell, two shell. Yeah. So it's got a clip of 8 shells, and it's got a damage of 8.
Yes.
And the difficulty is a standard. It's gonna be a 6.
Okay. Damage of
Other-
8.
Other than that,
Cheers.
there's not too much to note. It's a pretty common weapon in general. And other than that, it's got a rate of fire of 1, which means 1 per trigger pull, which means per action. If you had multiple actions, you could theoretically fire it more than once, but
Yeah, I saw that I can shoot my pistol multiple times.
yes, you can.
I'm
Don't know how
looking-
that'll pan out for you, but you can give it a shot. But yeah, so that's the main thing. Other than that, any particular question revolving around your boy?
I'll go over to one of my clothes. See, I have like a coat, trench coat, sort of say, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna see how much I need to cut off to make it, concealable.
How tall are you?
I am 5'11".
Okay, so yeah, you could basically hack off. The whole thing is like 37 inches, or basically long. So if you hacked off basically the end of the barrel all the way to the very, you could pretty much get away with it being under trench coat. It's
All right, I make note of that.
the one thing you would need though is a strap, sling strap to have it held over. That way you're not like holding it with your hand in the trench coat.
Yeah. Something he needs to do later on. This is all for a different night. This is an experiment table now.
Fair enough. All right, so you finish loading up your 8 rounds into the gun. Technically 9 if you have the clip load or the first shell loaded. Other than that,
I do not.
other than that, not much to note specifically.
All right. He's sizing it up, see how it feels. It's like all right.
It weighs about like 8 pounds, so it's pretty light and considered.
And it's probably gonna be like 5 or 6 after he cuts the barrel.
Yeah. It'll probably drop down at least a good pound, roughly.
Yeah.
All right, so you are armed now with a handy dandy shotgun. What's your next move?
Need to buy a strap soon, but because he doesn't have the strap, actually, he will go to one of his other shotguns and put a strap on this one.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just say one of the straps hooks on, no problem.
Yeah.
All right, so you hook up the strap, set it all up. Now what?
Now he has to think how he's gonna cut this while going back to that. You have to go to a different pawn shop.
I mean, it didn't seem like the guy would say no. It just seemed like it might cost you a pretty penny for him to do it. He also didn't say anything about not selling you the hacksaw. He just said he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
So are you gonna take the time? Because if you notice on the clock now, you're supposed to meet up with that guy in about 15 minutes.
And it takes about 15 minutes to drive there, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Time to drive and saw. What can go wrong?
Driving saw. Oh, that's my finger. Shit.
Hey, it's a hands-on activity. It's got some consequences. It'll grow back.
It's like, it looks at time. It's like, well, shit.
I'm sure they won't mind it at the club.
Because it would take a few minutes to saw this off as well.
Yeah, I think it might take more than a few minutes to saw a metal
Mhm.
a metal tube off of a shotgun.
Yep.
Yes.
I need someone to do this for me.
That's like an hour-long project at best.
Sounds like I need a ghoul.
Quick, get one. Here, saw this.
I hear they're a pretty good investment. As long as they're not watching Jerry Springer.
Fucking hell. I hate this one. I want a new one.
You didn't even want one to begin with.
I want a refund.
Yup.
No refund policy, sorry.
Fuck.
So I take it you're gonna head out. Are you taking the gun with you, or?
He sighs. Yeah, he doesn't have enough time to do everything. Just takes another handgun with him.
All right, so you got 2 handguns on you.
Yeah.
All right, so you holster the 2 handguns and you head out, and you make it there to the club, and what a shock! The line is still fucking there.
Same people.
No, it looks like they finally got in, or they gave up. You're not sure. You're not sure.
I'll give him a drink when I get in there.
So you go in, right?
If the person's not out front, or
Yeah, it's the same bouncer. He just nods at you and lifts it up
no,
again.
if Frank's not out there, then
No, yeah,
I'll go
you
in.
don't. When you pull up, you don't see Frank out there specifically, so you're not sure if he's inside or what.
All right. I'll just head in. See. If
All
he's in
right,
there.
so you head on into Club Tran. So you head
I would
inside.
I would tell the bouncer as well. I'm like give the man a description of Frank, let him in, or wave him in. I hand him another 200. I believe that was the first time I did.
He slides in his pocket, and the people in line are like, "What the hell? We've been here all night."
You just got here. What you mean?
So he nods. He's like, "Will do."
All right.
He lifts up the rope, lets you on in.
He goes in. See if Frank's in there.
He does not seem like he's in here, but go ahead and give me a perception and alertness roll to see if you do spot him.
Oh my god, all these threes.
Damn. Consistency. That's how you do this. So, you don't spot Frank specifically in there, though, despite knowing what he looks like, and the particular strobe light effect's not super blaring in your eyes this time around.
I would say
You
like
don't notice him.
I'll sit like close to the entrance where he will easily notice where I am.
Okay. All right.
Whenever he comes in.
You sit there and you wait. You wait. Wait. You check your watch and it's been like half an hour. He's half an hour late now. Are you will you stay there and wait longer to see what happens, or are you gonna...
10 more minutes.
Okay. So another 10 minutes go by and it's 2:40 now and he's still not there.
Door inside, getting a little impatient.
Took your money and ran. So he hasn't shown up at all. There's been no notice, nothing. No one's come to the door that looks like him at all.
He's a little pissed right now, so he goes out.
All right, so you head out from the club.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you head out from the club. Where are you headed?
I'll look out front, see if he's there. If not,
Nah, he's not out there. You don't see him at all.
how far is his office from here?
It's about 6 city blocks away.
I'll walk that way.
Okay, so you start walking.
Until what time does the sun rise?
The sun is supposed to rise at like 6:30,
6. Okay, I'm good.
something like that. Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Yeah. I start
So-
walking towards his place.
Okay, so you start walking towards his office. You walk to his office
And I'm gonna keep an eye out, like during alleyways, see
Yeah.
if there's anything there.
Okay. So as you're walking, go ahead and give me a perception and alertness roll again. Give me a difficulty 7 for hearing this.
Hearing.
God damn.
So we're both just shitting on everything. I like it.
This is like every other time I run a game. All right. So I wouldn't be surprised if you one hit the big bad boss at this point. Jesus. All right. So you as you're walking, you hear a very faint "Help." And it's just very, very faint as you're walking by one of the alleyways.
I look at where it's coming from.
It's coming off to your right, and it's really far down one of the alleyways. Like it's pitch black too; you can't see anything.
I go in that direction.
Okay, so
Cross the street, you gotta look both ways.
well, of course, it's safety first.
In
All
New
the
York.
viewers should know that. So you head out and go across the street, and you make it across, no problem. It's not super heavy traffic right now, anyway. And as soon as you approach the edge of the alleyway, you can hear the calls for help a little bit more clearly. Help me! And you can tell that it's a male at least, but 'cause the voice is so messed up, you can't tell like if it's somebody you know, or if it's like somebody who's voice or what. You can't see them either. It seems like they're really far back into the alleyway too.
I'll creep up a bit in case there's anything looking
All right, so if you want to be stealthy, go ahead and give me a dexterity stealth roll, and go with a difficulty of 7 because of the little litter that's in the alleyway.
All right, all right. Oof,
Okay.
not that bad.
All right. So as you're moving forward, you don't notice anything standing out particularly to you at this. Trying to peer through and see if you can spot the person, or are you just trying to focus on being stealthy right
I'm gonna peer through, see if I can see the person,
now?
and
Okay.
slowly make my way towards.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception alertness difficulty of 8. Okay. So you can make out a silhouette. It's against a wall right now. You can tell the difference between the silhouette of the person compared to the backdrop of the brick wall that's behind them. Can't make out much more. You can definitely tell there is a person ahead of you. They're about another 5-10 meters down.
I start going over there.
Okay, so are you like so at this point you're just like strolling up to him?
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right.
have my hand close to my weapon.
All right. So you one hand on your gun, you approach, and as you get closer, you can see much more clearly. It is Frank, and Frank is not doing too hot. Frank is splayed against the wall, and he's got a large wooden beam through his stomach. He is impaled against the wall.
Mm. I look at him like, told you he was dangerous.
Frank gives no response to this particular thing. You're pretty sure at this point he might be in shock, and he just is just saying "help me" out of reflex.
Dorn will sigh. I guess I have to give him some blood.
Okay, so you're gonna give him some blood.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So you
I pull out my knife,
okay. So you
cut
cut your
myself
wrist.
in.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So you put your wrist to his mouth. I'm guessing you help him by tilting his head back to help him drink the blood.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So you do that.
I'm
You can
also I don't know if it will help pulling out this thing out of him right now.
go ahead and give me an intelligence and medicine roll to see if you can decide on wisdom of that action. Okay, all right. You think that it's probably best to immediately provide him with some of your blood first and then try to remove it, because the blood that you give him will allow him to heal any profuse bleeding. You think pretty sure that that wooden beam has probably A, crushed his spine, or B, several organs, or even C, possibly both, and it's keeping him alive right
Secret option
keeping
B.
him. So, if anything, you're pretty sure that you should feed him at least a couple of points of blood until he starts healing, shows he's coherent, then get him
Yep.
situated, and then yank it out.
Yeah, I'll give him. Yeah, go hunting again soon. I'll give him 2 points.
10 nights' efforts wasted.
I knew I should have got more.
God damn.
All right, so you let him drink 2 of your blood points, and he manages to heal most of it, and he's clearly not okay just yet, but he's like he's no longer in the "I'm going to die" stage.
And you said I can probably pull this out now, right?
You give me another intelligence medicine, and we'll see if you can figure it out.
Oof.
You're pretty confident that at this point you could pull it out, but you would need to apply bandaging to him, set him up. and keep him from bleeding out further. It is still a pretty bad wound. I think that if you fed him probably one more point of blood, it would probably situate him. Uh, he would still be messed up and time to recoup, but it would at least the ability that wouldn't out it being a hospital visit.
I do that.
All right, so
One
you
more
give him
blood.
one more. So he slowly sits up, and you can tell that now is probably going to be your best chance of removing.
All
being
right.
able to-
Frank, I need you to bear with me real quick, and I pull it out.
just he bites down as hard as it can and screams through his teeth as you pull it out.
No.
But to his
I'm
admittance, he actually, other than the brief yell, he doesn't continue. Yeah, grimaces, holds his hand over his stomach, and doubles over. But he does not continue to yell.
All right. I told you that man was dangerous, didn't I?
All Frank can muster between his gritted teeth is, "What the hell was that?"
What was what?
He's like, "What did you do to me?"
Saved your life.
He's like, "I can see that." He's like, "What is that guy? What the hell did you sign me up for?"
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He just looks up at you and he's just like, "Oh, I need a drink," and immediately pulls out a flask. It turns out he had that handy.
You want to be a PI without it, you know?
Oh yeah, no, of course. Yeah, you couldn't be a PI without a flask, just like you couldn't be a president without an orange tan. So no, he takes a swig of his drink, caps it, and puts it away. He tries to stand up, but he can tell that he's not ready to stand up just yet, and he's just like
stay for a bit.
like, yeah, I figured that. He's like, that sick son of a bitch has claws. What the hell?
Claws. This is actually new to me.
Yeah, at first his hands are perfectly normal, then he sprouts claws.
Mm-hmm.
He literally walks up to a wooden fence beam, cuts it off, and then turns me into a shish kebab.
Do I see this wooden beam that's broken now?
Yeah, it's the one you pulled out of him.
No, like
and-
where he ripped it off.
Oh yeah, it was a wooden fence that was set up to like section off, and you can see quite clearly there's claw straight through. You can tell that it was not a saw, not an axe. It was very rough and ragged the way it was cleaved, but it was clearly some claw mark.
Hmm.
This was not like a karate chop and took it out. This is clearly something else.
How much would my sire tell me about different clans?
Your sire has mentioned some tidbits about the clans, at least a handful of them that you would encounter. There are the Bruja, rabble rousers, who are pretty tough. They're also called Philosopher Kings. Pretty skilled conversation and diplomacy and leadership and getting people they want. They're also notoriously raw strength stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Gangrel clan. They're feral creatures as far as vampires go. Very solitary for the most part, but some are occasionally in small packs. And they're known for having claws specifically. And depending on where they're from, they might appear without notice. Have impressive strength, speed, as vampires do.
He probably marks that clan down as the potential clan that they are.
Okay. All right. So you got a hunch that it's one of those then?
More than likely a Prangle, but unless there's others that have claws.
Now, from what you know, the Gangrel clan is the only does produce claws, to your knowledge. Yeah. There are some other ones that can simulate similar abilities, and others could learn the same ability because somebody learned it from Gangrel and able to produce the same effects. Sire has mentioned possible to learn the gifts of other clans, but she's warned you that in doing so, you're typically indebted to them, blood bonded to the process. So it is a very dangerous and unwise. Trust them. Shouldn't trust most vampires, as a rule of thumb.
Yes.
So, what's your next move now that you've got a new ghoul?
So yeah, you should probably head back to your place.
Like,
Make sure everything's all right.
Yeah, Frank's like, all right, just help me up at least. Raises up his arm to have you help him up.
I help him up.
And he climbs up and he just like looks down at the piece of wood and he's like, "That's mine." Picks it up, tucks it underneath his arm. He's like, "All right, I'm ready to go."
He claimed this.
Like, it went through me. It's mine now. No one shafts me and doesn't call the next day.
Yep. Doran will give a slight smile and walk him towards his place.
All right, so you help him walk back. It was about halfway there. Already started walking from the club. You make it back. So you're heading back to his office, or are you heading back to
his office?
His office. Okay, so you stroll through his office, and Beatrice is there just typing away, and she looks up and she's like, "You get hurt again, Frank?" And he just looks at her and he's like, "No, fell on a pool stick." He's like, just quit drinking, then goes back to typing. He's like, "Yeah, help me through the office." Hands you his keys to his front of the office door itself.
Yep, I take the keys, unlock the door,
all right,
and help him in.
So he goes to lay down on the small love seat that he's got in his office directly behind the two chairs that sat in during the interview. And he's just like, "All right, so what is the deal with this guy? What? First of all, the hell are you?"
I'll explain to it later.
All right.
Come to my place. I'm staying at tomorrow. I'll explain everything.
Yeah, sure. All right, fine. I'm gonna spend the rest of the night drinking.
Get some rest.
He's like,
and
all right.
I tell him to come over around 9.
Okay, and I'm guessing you leave your address with him.
Yep.
Okay.
And
all right,
I head out.
You head out. So, you gonna head back to your apartment now, or Em will spend the night studying? So you know what he's.
I head back to my apartment.
All right, so you head back to your apartment. Are there particular goals you're going to accomplish inside of your apartment, or we on to the night?
We can move on. Yeah, move on.
Okay, all right. So, I'm gonna fast forward through that next day, and it's nighttime again, about 7 p.m. Who would like to go?
I will call this man, right? Tell him to bring a saw with him.
Bring a saw.
Frank answers, and he's like, "All right." So he hangs up, and then he shows up about 45 minutes later.
All right, we can go. We can go with him now.
All right. So we're gonna say you spend like the next half an hour sawing it off and polishing it up.
Yep.
What's Emil doing?
Emil wakes up. His room nice and neat and tidy. Well,
Yes.
Organized chaos, of course.
It's as organized as you
Yes.
can also hear the faint sounds of whooping and hollering from the TV. That Jerry Springer marathon's going strong.
He mutters, "Bloody hell, it's a marathon."
Kind of trash TV marathon before you could binge it.
He opens his door and
Substantially louder. It's just a white trailer trash scene if there was ever one. You can feel what brain cells you did have still left, slowly trickling away. And she's passed
He
out on the
looks to
couch.
see. Oh, that
Yeah.
makes it even worse.
Yeah. She's.
Without hesitation, he turns off the TV.
I was watching that. What you doing?
Wait a second. I'm not done. Yeah, she doesn't even like even remotely adjust the lack of sound. Still sleeping.
He scowls at her.
You do notice that she's cleaned the apartment, though it wasn't really that dirty to begin with.
He shrugs. At least she does something.
So,
Something useful.
what are you doing?
He gathers his belongings and heads out. To look for some clothing, some new clothes.
I thought his threads were delightful, but all right, yeah. You head out. Are you looking for fine clothes? Are you looking for like, standard stock clothes that help you blend in? They're just clothes that most people are wearing.
He's looking mostly for, fancy shit.
Good stuff. All right. Are you looking to impress on an interview? I'm guessing, or
Hell yeah.
well, good. It's the '90s. It's not that hard to get a job, I hear.
Exactly.
Walk in, you're hired. Oh, all right. When do I
I'll
work
take it.
now?
Now,
Now, wait, what? Now.
when does training begin? That was last week. You start now. All right. So you head out looking for some clothing stores. There's a couple of stores that are open later that have clothing options that aren't completely terrible. Qualify for at least clothes you might wear for it.
Okay.
It takes you about roughly an hour to do the shopping, but you manage to accomplish it. Standard shopping, tedious and endeavorous.
Never been one for shopping. Truly hate it.
Me
Waste of
either.
time.
It requires pants. Swear to God, I'm wearing pants right now. So, other than the clothes shopping, what are you doing?
We're now waiting to see whether or not the job application has been accepted. And that
Okay.
might take days. Who knows?
It could take days. You could always stop by to those places to show up in person. I hear that's a thing they did in the '90s and before then, before the internet existed.
He hisses a little bit. I don't want to. I really don't.
Well, it's either that or sit around and wait for a phone call during the day.
Exactly.
Apply to a position at the library, or be a cleric, and then someone else answers the phone for you. Who are you? I'm his secretary. He has enough money for a secretary. Who is this person?
Doesn't need this job.
He didn't need this
Damn.
job. Clearly, he got money.
Hangs up.
We'll lower his salary. Getting paid minimum wage. You don't need it.
Shit.
All right. So you're gonna head to those locations on site, or
He
gonna
wills
wait it
himself
out?
to do so.
Oh yes. What struggles? So, you which one are you heading to first? You said you were doing the bank and police precinct.
He goes to the police thing first, and then he decides to go to the library second.
Okay, so that was the library and the police. Okay, so you go to the local precinct. They are looking for clerk work done, and the hiring manager happens to be on time, working a late shift.
I approach him.
Like, hi, what can I do for you?
Hi. So I recently put in a job application and just trying to see what status is on that.
All right. Well, what is your name?
Emil Winter.
An unusual name, but all right. Give me 1 second. I'll search you here. And he starts thumbing through applications, and eventually he thumbs through a couple more, Like, here you are. And he pulls it out, and he's like, starts looking over your resume, and he's like, okay, like, and do you want to work at a police precinct? Do you have any experience filing paperwork and do you
Yes.
know the English language and alphabet?
I'm speaking it right now. And
Shock!
yes, I do.
He chuckles and he's like, didn't even notice.
Okay.
Like, all right, well, what are your preferred hours?
Anytime during the night shift, if possible.
We can do a night shift. That's not a problem as long as the paperwork is being filed and done. They're not too picky about what it is. Shift technically earlier. It's something had to be in. He just starts rattling off like the things that you have to do, and it goes in one ear out the other. You're just like, yeah, I can do it. Like, all right, well, honestly, you're the first person to show up. So if you like to start, when would you like to start? Start an interview right now and see how this goes.
Sure, why not?
All right, so he sets down some other paperwork off to the side, and then grabs your resume, and he's like, "Follow me." He takes you off to a side room.
He follows.
All right, and so he does a basic run of the mill interview. Give me charisma and expression.
Boy, something I'm good at that social.
And we'll say the difficulty is a standard 6.
Botches it. I'm gonna spend a willpower right here. I can't afford to do this. Cannot
I need
afford
the
to
money.
fuck this up. Yeah, got a 1. Okay.
he's like, all right. Well, it seems like you're a little rough around the edges, but he still appreciates your candor. He's like, okay, well, this is not a problem. He's like, I think you'd be a good fit. So when can you start?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? All right, well, that works. Like, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. And so he writes down a couple of things real quick, hands them off to you, and slides you the note. And he's like, this is mainly the work attire and all the other stuff that you'll need to know. Your work shift will be a standard Monday, Friday. Other than that, you'll be all set.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right, see you then.
Yep, he offers a firm handshake and then leaves.
All right, so you now have a job at a police precinct because we are Job Simulator 1990.
Hell yeah.
All right, so you've now got a job. What now, desk clerk?
That went better than expected.
What? You make it sound like there would be like canine dogs running through the office right at you.
Work.
Bork.
Triggered.
Work in the kennels.
Yeah, we need you to train some dogs for us.
Mm.
We need some dogs to hunt down a suspect. He's been assaulting dogs.
Gee, what a task.
Been a lot of animals have been fed from recently. It could be a problem. So you got your job. Are you heading back to your place now, or are you to a bar to celebrate? I hear people nowadays. Applebee's great.
Applebee. Oh God.
Well, you could rent a movie from Blockbuster.
Oh my god.
Good lord.
Shit. You make me feel old now.
I barely remember that shit.
You could even call Blockbuster from a payphone and have them hold a movie for you.
Hmm.
Saying there's no red box over it.
He thinks for a while. The movie sounds fair. He considers very briefly as to what Claire would like. Then he goes, probably anything. So he heads to the local Blockbuster, if that's even exists.
All right. So, yeah. The hilarious turnabout of things that are occurring. But sure.
Hey, Child's Play 2 came out that year.
That's true. Goodfellas also came out that year, but it's months away. Everyone's excited to see the movie, though.
Let's see. Oh shit, Home Alone, dude. Oh hell yeah.
Oh God! Listen, someone sold their soul to make that movie funny.
Die Hard 2,
Having a look.
Exorcist 3.
What has this game devolved into? Jesus Christ!
The fact that I'm actually looking through all those.
What
Things
movies have
actually
come out in
happen. It's
1990?
pretty accurate.
Quick, viewers, put in your suggestions.
Oh shit, The Rescuers. Oh fuck yeah, dude.
What trash movie should we have our character watch? How
Joe
stimulating!
versus the volcano. What is this?
Oh my God!
Tom Hanks? Oh god.
Oh fuck. What? No. I don't know. Thank you. Okay, let's look at the previous year. Why not?
Oh, Mystery came out there. Okay.
Jesus!
Oh shit, Batman.
Oh my God! Bat nipples.
And Predator 2.
So,
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. What?
so we're gonna say your character picks out a movie of some fashion.
Yes. A
So-
classic.
Yes.
Classic. It's not classic that time.
It's not a classic. It just came out. Shit, Jurassic Park's not even out yet.
Damn it. I'll totally take that.
The Tremors came out.
Also not a classic yet. And would it be good? So,
Yeah, Indiana Jones. Let's pick that one. Hell yeah.
could watch a movie that makes me feel this way. Brain dead. So, you pick a movie and you head back to your place.
Yep.
All right, she is currently studying right now.
She woke up.
Oh, good. You're up.
Yeah. She's like, hey, welcome back. Got a bowl of cereal and a book in front of her.
Well, good news.
Okay, what's the good news?
Got a job.
Thought you didn't need a job.
I wanted one.
You're weird. You know that?
It's
And it's
same
not,
for
it's not
you.
even including the whole being dead part. That's just you're immortal and you went for a job.
Yes. This is a problem.
Nope. Just amusing commentary on life itself. As she flips through another page on her book. You can see that from your angle, it's a book on psychology.
Ah, God.
Psychology 101, most likely, because it's covering very bare bones facts.
Trigger?
Psychology.
He's like, yeah, it seems like a fun class to take.
Yes, I remember taking it in high school.
Like, yeah, my high school did not offer it, and I always wanted to take it, so I figured why not.
Fair enough. Hopefully you're not planning on majoring in.
No, that it's not for me. Just a fun class to take on the side.
Very good.
Do you have a particular request in something that I should major in?
No.
Perhaps I should learn several languages so that you may travel freely about other countries.
That would be useful.
He's now thinking of everything now.
She chuckles. She's like, well, that's a damn shame because I suck at learning language. Tried to learn Spanish and all I learned was hola and baño. Every swear word possible.
Give points for effort.
Yeah, I guess I could
Yes.
say hi, toilet fucker, but I don't think that's really going to get you much friends.
I beg
She
to
shrugs
differ.
and smiles. Because every day she seems a little more crass than the first. I thought I had saved a lady.
I did not.
Turns out
We
I
all knew
saved
this.
Honey Boo Boo's
Honey Boo Boo.
incarnation.
Which is not out yet.
I know she's still skinny. She hasn't discovered butter yet.
Right.
So she's still flipping through her book, and she's like, "So, see, you got a movie from Blockbuster?
Yep.
Oh, so you were watching something or a celebration?
We'll consider it as such, yes.
Oh, she's like, well, puts a bookmark in her book and shuts it. She's like, I'm down for a movie. Walks over and starts making herself some popcorn.
Begin preparing the movie.
All right, so we're gonna fast forward through that shit because I can't imagine anybody wants me to narrate what happens in Tremors.
Indiana
Though,
Jones. Fucking, I'm asleep just
and
by
Indiana
thinking about
Jones. Though I'll have you know that I could do that, but not even I'm that cruel.
The Little Mermaid. Fuck, I should have got that one.
Oh, I'll narrate that one.
Hell no,
Under
fuck
the
that.
sea.
No,
On
no.
the sea.
Over it.
You should take his advice, Emil. It's the girl.
No.
Oh, he killed it so quickly. I had so many hopes and dreams for this romance. It was gonna be unrequited. Now it's just been quitted.
Good.
All right, so we fast forward through that. I don't know how long Indiana Jones is, but I'm gonna take a wild shot in the dark and say 2 hours. That's sufficient enough.
Sure.
It's I don't know. It's midnight now. We'll roll with that as a concrete time slot. What's Doran doing in the meantime?
After he sawed off his shotgun.
Yes, after Frank came over and helped solve the shotgun, Frank's looking a lot better.
And when he came in, it's like feeling a lot better.
Like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. He's like, still waiting on for you to tell me what the hell that entire thing was.
Yep, I'll tell you while I do this. As I start sawing off the shotgun.
He's like, I'm gonna guess that's for your new friend.
Yeah, say that. So are a couple of other ones as well.
Good stuff.
Yep.
He sets down
Alright.
he sets down his own gun on the counter and he's like, well, just now, castrate the bastard.
Yeah, if we can.
Oh,
So basically,
we will.
I'll tell you about my job. Since
Okay. Your job is
It's to gather information on this man, as you could probably tell.
okay. And now my next question, again, repeating before, what are you? Because none of this has been normal from the get-go.
he just says a vampire as he's still sawing.
It's just like, what?
Yep. And I think that you fought as well,
That's another vampire.
as I was told it was.
Okay. So you're a vampire, steaks and garlic, blah blah blah.
No girl.
No garlic,
That's off it. Off it.
but,
Steaks.
but steaks.
They don't kill. They hurt.
Okay. And so you have superpowers then, I guess then? Because you healed a gaping hole in my stomach, as though I had just been pounded on by an elephant.
Yep. I
Do
will show
tell
you
more.
some more. I will show you more, but I'm getting close to being thirsty.
Close to, as in more blood?
Yes, I used quite a bit to bring you back.
I appreciate that. So does that mean I owe you now? I'm not sure on the exact relation here. We
You
went
don't-
from you paying me to this.
You don't need to owe me anything if you don't want to.
I mean, you saved my life, and admittedly, it's kind of shitty, but I mean, I'm still
Yeah.
kind of attached to it.
It you don't have to owe me anything unless you want to. It's basically the terminology of what I'm guessing you are now is a ghoul.
Well,
And
my flesh
he
isn't
goes
rotting,
through,
so I'm gonna assume it's just a term that exists out there for you.
yeah, he goes through like what a ghoul is and all that.
He's like, okay, so I'm stronger than before? He's like, damn, playing with the gun feel.
Yes.
Alright, well,
You shouldn't be able to age for a bit as well.
yeah. So I'm immortal? Temporarily?
You can say that.
I'm
A lot of
damn.
things can still kill you, but
That kind of put the downer on. I'm sure, huh?
yes.
A little bit brighter now. Well, I can't see any real downsides here, except for the whole hole in my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, do you help feeding or?
I usually go out looking in the bar, feet up in there.
And how does that work for you?
Worked pretty well yesterday until I had to give everything I fed to you.
Oh, I'm sorry again.
Passive aggressive as hell.
Really? I mean, honestly, what kind of employer are you? Oh wait, average employer. Never.
Yes.
You're still not done with that work?
I, yeah, basically, I'm a somewhat new vampire, as you can tell, since I'm really good at tracking this man that well.
he just laughs. He's like, well, I mean, there's always room for improvement.
Yes, my sire or master, she gave me this task, finding this man and just getting info from him.
All right. Well, I mean, if you want, we can head back to where that giant beanstalk of an asshole ambushed me and start our investigation there.
He's gonna be very careful this time. He knows he's more than likely watching us now. Might
Well,
have to
now
move
there's
out.
two of us, and now I'm not so squishy apparently. So that's a thing.
Yeah. I tossed him a shotgun. I just thought,
And he takes it and he's like, "All right, so I'm guessing this is mine to use now."
and I go grab the other shotgun. Start throwing that one.
How convenient. He's like, "All right. Oh, it's
See,
got a strap and everything, huh?"
see that pistol won't do much to a kindred. Shotguns, they hurt pretty to anyone, I would say.
That's so. All right, well, I'll take your word for it.
Mostly aim for the head.
Mostly aim head. Okay, a pretty decent shot, so I can. So he waits for you to finish the second one, and once you finish up, he's like, "So we heading out now, or?"
Yes, like I said, hungry.
Okay.
He grabs his coat, puts the shotgun in there with the heads out.
All right. So you head out.
And on the way, I'm basically telling him, like, I think the main thing we need to find is this man's name. I believe I'm done after that.
Sure, we could roll with that. As he cocks the gun completely, and he's like, "I've got no problem with that."
A name and maybe a location where he's staying, but that might be good as well.
All right. So I'm
I'm
taking it. We're headed towards where he jumped me.
Yeah, that'd be best.
All right.
After that, I'm gonna head to the club.
Probably a good idea. He's like, I could go there for a drink. So you head out over towards where you encountered Frank in his predicament, and
His good friend, yeah.
yeah, his good friend. best friends even now. So you head over there and you go through the back alley and find a spot where you found him before. There's still blood stain right below him, right where he was pinned up against the wall. And feel free, if you want, you can do an intelligence and an investigation roll. See what you find in the surrounding area too.
Investigating what?
Investigate and intelligence.
All right. I have to copy this.
you should have macros ready. All the macros. All right. So, and then I'll go ahead and roll for Frank and see how he does. All right.
Hopefully better than me as a PI.
Yes, he does roll better than you. So you're searching around. You don't see a whole lot other than like if you had been searching to see if something had occurred here, you can definitely tell that there was a fight here and a scuffle. But Frank goes, "Oh, look what I found!" And he pulls up a small tuft of hair. Like, this is from that guy.
Is it brown and all that?
Yeah.
Indeed it is. I could theory send it.
He pockets that into like a small little baggie and he starts digging while you're talking.
Dorn's just thinking, I'm like, I don't think I'm pretty sure there's DNA scans this in 1990. Pretty bad ones, but.
Are you positive on that one? You'd be amazed.
No, not really.
How quickly technology has dated this particular option. Go ahead and give me an intelligence and investigation roll to see if you know anything about that kind of stuff.
Same thing. Oh, basically same thing. It is the same thing. Oh my god.
Okay, so you don't know exactly when they started doing DNA profiling itself, but you do know that it is relatively new. You've heard of it being used only because of the line of work that you have been in family's line of work specifically. You do remember something about a case about 3 years ago, but other than that, there's not a lot you know about it. Only you had to look into it yourself.
Yeah, Dorn's just thinking like I could send it in to them, but
what will they do with vampire DNA?
I just vampire. They can see if this man has an ID on him.
This'll go swimmingly well. Everyone should send their vampiric DNA to the government.
Yeah, we gotta get some human vampires in now.
Register all the vampires. You gotta make America great again.
That's not until 2016.
Oh, sorry. Wrong year.
All right.
Ahead of your time.
Trolling before the internet.
We got his hair. Really doesn't give much to us.
So then you continue to dig. As you move through, give me one more roll on that perception investigation.
Perception?
Yeah.
I've been rolling intelligence and down. Whoops.
Ooh.
Oh, whop.
You don't find anything.
Found a broken fence.
Yeah. There's another person in the alley with you. His name is Frank.
Oh, wow. When you been here?
I can see clearly now. So, another few minutes pass through, and Frank goes, I found something else. This is a little bit better. pulls out wallet. Might help us, and he tosses it to you.
All right. I check inside the wallet. See what's in
So
there.
you check inside of it. There's not a driver's license. There's a little bit of money. There's also a photograph
I'll look,
inside.
I'll look at it.
You open up the photograph itself. A tall, fairly muscular man photo, along with other people, a woman and a young little girl.
Mm-hmm. Do I know these people or not?
No, they don't look familiar in any way, shape, or form to you.
I go over to Frank. I'm like, do you know these people?
He takes the picture, looks at it, and goes, "No, I don't. No clue." Hands it back to you. He's like, "I'm guessing you don't either."
Not a clue.
All right. Well, I mean, picture's better than nothing. Now we just need something to go on. I mean, it does look like the photo was taken outside, so we might figure out where it was taken.
Yeah, can I see if there's any hints of where it was taken?
Give me a perception investigation. See if you can pinpoint features on the photo that might stand out.
I will use a willpower on this one as well, just in case. Oh,
Ooh, 3. That's pretty good. So you immediately notice that the area in question has got to be one of the larger parks in the area. Definitely has to be on Manhattan. Might actually be Central Park.
I'll note this.
Okay. I'm guessing you tell Frank this one too?
Yeah.
Central Park, huh? Well, I mean, do you want to head there now, or do you want to wait?
I would like to go feed for a bit before we head there.
Yeah, me too. Kind of hungry.
And I start heading out towards my favorite club, you know.
All right. Yeah, he follows you.
I also hand how much money is in the wallet?
There's like $50.
Oh, it's not much. I hand Frank the money.
He's like, "Ah, thanks."
I don't think that man needs it.
Probably not. I don't think Frank cares either. So you arrive at the club, and right in front of the club is like a hot dog vendor. Franken stops. He's like, "I'll be in there in a second."
Yep.
He's clearly getting some of the nastiest hot dog vendor food possible.
Yeah, you best believe I'm going the opposite way of it. Towards the loud noise.
I mean, it's only like 15 feet from the door anyway, so he's parked right out front. He knows drunk people. This is his best venue.
Yeah, go up towards the front door. Greet the bouncer. This man's having a time of his life.
Gives you a handshake. And he's like, "What's up, man?"
And I point at that man and is like, make sure you let him in as well.
He's like, "I got you."
All right, appreciate it. And I walk in.
Lets you in people again. What the hell?
This is the best part. Man.
Every night.
Same man, come on.
He doesn't even dance. He doesn't buy alcohol.
No,
They're onto you.
Who even is he?
He's not even on Friends, which doesn't start yet. So you head on in, and it's the same usual loud techno music, people drinking, dancing.
I do my usual scout, see easy targets.
Ooh, yeah. All right, so go ahead and give me a perception and alertness roll.
Perception and alertness, right?
Yeah.
Awareness, my fault.
Perception and alertness.
Or alertness, that's right. Oof.
Oof. So you having a hard time spotting too many people tonight that seem like it would be a good way to pick off. But you do eventually spot one person. Seems like they might be a good target.
little drunk, a little tipsy.
Yeah, you get the vibes based on his particular dress and wear that he might be gay, but you're not sure on that. That's one of those ballpark hunches. You're like, he might be. He's dancing with other people, but he's not dancing with men specifically or women. There's a group of people around in general that are closer than like you would normally be at a club. So they're clearly associates and friends of some caliber, dancing relatively.
All right, I might do the same thing like last time.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a dexterity and expression.
So he's a little hungry to dance. Clearly,
Yes. You got a 1, huh?
yeah.
The guy's dancing with you, but he's not dancing with you.
Yeah.
But so far, he is not completely turned off by your existence, so that's always a good sign.
I will keep dancing near him and with him, whatever.
All right. After about another 10 minutes, you can give me another dexterity and expression roll. We'll see how that goes.
Same thing. Here we go. Oof.
Ooh, that's a little better. All right. So, yeah, he's starting to warm up to you clearly, at the very least, and he's moving closer to you.
Uh-huh.
So, you think that you could probably make the shot and feed from this guy.
It's a maybe. I don't like maybes. Too many maybes.
I think they're great.
I dance one more time, or let him warm up a bit more.
Of course, of course.
I was spending one power for this.
Go ahead and give me an appearance and subterfuge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I spend no willpower, so that's already 3.
All right. You managed to definitely woo him between a mixture of looks and mannerisms. You're definitely able to secure it. So you're able to dance in on with him, and he's dancing on you, and he's thoroughly enthralled at this point with your presence. You have courted him. I'm gonna take it. You will feed from him now.
Yeah.
All right. So you get 2 blood points as you feed from him. With all the flashing strobe lights and everything else going on, that makes it very easy to conceal your efforts. It just makes it seem like you're kissing him on the neck. No one's paying much attention.
Yeah, close the wound.
One person cheers you on. So you lick the wound, and I'm guessing you will depart. He seems fairly stable now. He seems like he probably hasn't had that much to drink, so he's still pretty up on his own.
All right. I walk away after after the song is over and all that.
I'm not so rude that I'll leave before the song. Manners. Gotta have a reputation. Club.
What's that?
Reputation is everybody getting.
Not out yet. Not
yet. Okay.
Not yet.
You let me know when. So you wrap up after the song, and I'm guessing, do you leave or do you just walk away from him? Or
I'm guessing Frank's in there.
Yeah, Frank's sitting at the bar. He's drinking. He's got a hot dog in hand.
I go up, sit next to him on the bar.
You notice he clearly had 3 at some point.
Fucking fat ass.
He's got 2 empty containers for hot dogs, and he's got a 3rd one he's working on.
He needs to stop.
He's like, I haven't eaten in a hot minute. He's like, I am famished.
Yeah.
Like, so how was your meal?
It was all right. Not as much as I need, but it should be suffice for now.
Should suffice for now. I mean,
Yes,
sounds like you could use for more.
I could, but there's. I glanced through the club. Not many people out.
Looks around. He's like, no, I mean, but I can get you one.
You can do that. That'd be great.
Like, yeah, at least I could do. Gotta. He starts looking around the club. He's like, let me just scope out the local scene. He's like, I haven't been in a club in a couple of years, but it shouldn't be that different. I don't recognize the music though. That might not help me.
Yeah.
He looks around. He's like, I got one. He shovels in that hot dog. The rest of what's there. Fully loaded, of course. Just a little bit of relish and like mustard going everywhere. He grabs a napkin, wipes his face off, takes a swig of his drink, sets it down. He's like, I got you covered, pats you on the back, and just walks over with the confidence of like 10 men.
I look where he's going.
He's headed straight over towards a table full of women. There's like 6 of them there.
Oh, God.
So he walks over, and you obviously can't tell what he's saying unless you've got an ability to read lips. Do you have that ability?
I don't even know what that ability is, so I guess not.
I guess not. Okay, so you watch him amidst all the flashing lights and sound, and you can tell he's apparently not doing too bad. Oh, he leans on the table and he's talking, and several of the girls are very receptive instantly to him. And he motions over to you, and 2 of the girls both get up and they follow him over back to you. And Frank is just got a great big shit-eating grin. He's like, he walks over to you. He's like, hey, Dora.
I just kind of a mini face palm, but I have a smile on my face.
As he walks up, he looks down and he notices he's got some mustard on his shirt. And he wipes it off with his thumb and puts his thumb in his mouth. Like, whoops. He's like, Doran, these ladies would like to hang out with us.
Yeah, it's great. Pleasure meeting you too.
Both of the girls giggle and smile, and they're like, hey, how you doing? One of them's playing with their hair. I would simulate that effect, but don't have a whole lot to do myself. Doran's like, or Frank's like, hey, Doran, you got a private room, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
All right, he's like, you go ahead and go get that room for us set up. I know you haven't checked in yet, but you wouldn't have a problem doing that.
Yeah, I go do so.
All right. So I'm sure you walk over to like one of the bartenders.
Yeah.
And he waves it over. One of the bouncers gets waved over, and another guy walks over and he's like, you friends with the Steve outside?
Yeah.
Like, all right, man, I'll cut you a good deal. Like, listen, normally it's 100 per person for the night. Then you have to order at least 300. He's like, but you don't have to order anything, but it'll still be 100 per person.
100 per person. 4 people, 400. I give them 500 and tell them to keep the 100.
Like, word, man, thanks, I appreciate it. Pockets the 100 and puts the rest in the safe and walks over.
Actually, I would get some drinks as well for these ladies and Frank.
Frank just tipping off from the side, like, what?
Yep.
So you have some drinks ordered for the room, and the guy walks over and opens up one of the rooms for you.
Yep.
And opens it up. It's a glass door, and it's got a large glass window, and it's on the second floor. It's overlooking the rest of the club. But as soon as you enter in, you notice it's drastically more quiet. Like, it's basically soundproof. You can hear like the music very faintly. This is now my favorite place.
Yep.
And so they bring in like 5 bottles for you. You note that you only requested a couple of things, and they're even like decking you out with a couple extra things. And it's probably a combination of sort of generous tips between several bouncers. And so they bring you the drinks, and they're like, "All right, enjoy," and they shut the door.
And I pour the drinks for the girls.
And Doran sits down. He's pouring himself a glass. He's no problem helping himself to this open cabinet of booze that is presented before him.
Yeah, enjoy yourselves.
He's like, "Oh, I will." He opens up his flask, starts pouring into the flask. He's like, "This will be good for later."
Yes.
And so the girls are talking to you, chatting you up. They're very friendly, and they're just drinking away.
Mm-hmm.
Doran's like immediately. He's like, "Hey, let's do some shots." He lines up some shot glasses and starts pouring. He hands one for each of the girls, and then he pours something for you. It makes a motion for it and hands it to you with his hand covering it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you take it, you notice there's nothing in it.
Yep.
And pours himself one, and he's like, blinks them up in the air, and then downs them.
And I fake down my drink.
Yeah, and so I'm assuming you keep doing this until you have an opportunity.
Until they're ready.
Yep. So you pound through this, and it goes on for like a good 45 minutes of talking,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually one of them see how they both handle their liquor.
They both suck. Who would have thought?
One is basically just passed out at this point. One's still chugging along pretty well though. She seems a little bit tired at this point, but she's fairly strong going as far as shot for shot. And Doran offers her another set of shots between her and him. He's like, "I bet I can drink you at the table." She's "You're on." Says with a small slur. They do another shot, and she's just slowly starting to just taper off at that point, where she's just out cold. He looks at you and he's like, two finger guns. He's like, "You're welcome."
All right. I don't know if you want to watch this or not.
It's like, "Listen,
Man.
I was shish kebabbed yesterday. Nothing really bothers me."
Right. And I drink both their bloods, 2 from each.
Yes, you get 2 from each. Go ahead and give me a stamina roll now. Difficulty 7.
Yeah.
Oof. So after you finish drinking from the second girl and licking her wound, you immediately, you stand up, and then you're like, "Oh," and he's like, Doran's like, or not Doran, but Frank's like, "Yeah, you okay there?
I think I drank too much.
You can get drunk." You feel drunk, like all the effects of having too much to drink in your immortal days are hitting you like a train right now. You're like, oh, like the room is nearly spinning for you.
Yeah, it seems that I'm a little tipsy as well. He sits down.
Like, you're dead. I didn't think you could be tipsy.
Blood. What we call this is a very euphoric thing. It's like a high.
Yeah, but does it always make you dizzy?
I guess if I drink too much, it's the first time that happens.
You do recall that your sire did warn you at one point that drinking from who have consumed substances like drugs or alcohol.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The effects can be contaminated in their blood, and that's how vampires can feel those effects themselves. Yeah. Otherwise, if you just straight injected heroin to a vampire, it wouldn't do anything.
I'm like the alcohol in their blood.
Oh, he's like, well, being a vampire doesn't sound half terrible. You can still get drunk. It's a little bit roundabout, but not too bad. That's true. Oh, blood. I guess that would suck. But do you just want to wait here for a minute, or do you want help heading out, or?
I'll see how I'll do. Do I need help out?
You feel like you might need a steady hand to guide your back as you walk down the stairs and stuff, but otherwise you feel like you could sufficiently make it out.
I tell him like, just help me down the stairs.
Okay. So he gets up, he slips a 20 down down the down the shirt of each girl, and he's like, that'll treat him for the nice night. You notice that he's not creepy about it either. He's just like, there's no like pockets on them, so he's just like, and a 20 and a 20 go. And he's clearly at least a respectable, relatively speaking, all things considered, person. And
Until he watches TV, it's all Jerry Springer.
yeah, you get him home. He also turns on Jerry Springer. That's just a thing. All ghouls watch Jerry Springer.
It's just trash people. Where...
So yeah, he opens up the door for you and he helps you down the stairs.
Yeah.
He looks at the bar, the bouncer on the second floor that's watching all the private rooms. The girls had a couple of drinks. Like I left him 20 each cab home. Bouncer's like, I got you. He's like, we'll let him stay in there. And we'll get them in a minute into a cab. He's like, all right. And then he helps you down the stairs and helps you out of the club.
Yep.
Steve gives you a fist bump as you.
Give him a fist bump.
and Frank's like, eyeballs the hot dog vendor card again. Yeah. Like, should we get a cab back? Do you want to walk back or?
Cab might be best. If something happens, I won't be able to do much.
Probably not in best condition to defend yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so he gets a cab for the both of you and drives you back. So as you're driving, he's like, "Are we my place? Your place?"
Doesn't matter.
All right. So yeah, just tells the cab to drive to your place. And so you both arrive there, no problems, no crazy fuss or muss. I'm gonna take a wild shot in the dark and assume that you're gonna try and sleep off the rest of your drunken state.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
But
if you wanted, I mean, if you wanted to, you could. I won't stop you.
Be some penalties, you know.
I'm sure only wonderful things will happen.
I stumble into Mella's place, you know.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I believe.
Yes. I stay in my place and we'll go through what we know so far with the picture and what we can do later.
All right. So, and Frank's like, "Do you mind if I crash here?"
Go ahead.
He's like, "All right." He just no hesitation, right on the couch. He's like, "I'll see you tomorrow night, I guess."
Yes.
And he just immediately just passes out.
All those hot dogs get to him.
I mean, if you had pretty greasy vendor hot dogs, probably would too. So, what's Emil doing?
Okay, so after the movie, he goes, well, that was thrilling.
Riveting, even.
He gets up and then proceeds to his room.
Emil, the room sitter, Winter. So what's Emil doing in his room? Is he going back to reading books?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god. The gift of immortality. Bookworm. So,
yeah.
So eventually, I mean, Emil's going to pour through these books.
Yes, he is. He's going through them at a very astounding rate.
Well, I would imagine so. Between his skills as a vampire, his no requirements for breathing, or eating, or bathroom breaks. I feel like that really does hammer down some serious time that you have extra.
Yeah.
All adds up real quick. You don't have to poop anymore. What do you do with that free time? So you Spend the rest of the night reading books, I guess. Are we fast forward to the next night
Oh,
now?
wait. I remember what I was gonna do.
Jesus.
Okay. Like he reads like about a chapter or so.
Okay.
He gets oh yes, I am a bit hungry, aren't I? He goes over to Claire.
He's like, yes.
When do you plan on sleeping?
I mean, not too long from now.
Okay. So, I'm a bit hungry.
So you need to feed now?
Not now when you're ready for bed.
Get that over with now.
Yes, but if I drain too much, then you're going to be very tired anyways. I don't want to interrupt whatever you're doing.
Alright, so she grabs her remote and flicks on Jerry Springer.
Do it now.
He's like, I mean, if you want, you can watch with me.
He scowls. I'd rather not.
Oh, do you not like this?
Poor taste,
Like,
in my opinion.
she's like, guilty pleasure, yeah.
If you say so.
It's just fun to watch people and be reminded sometimes that somebody has it more fucked up than you do.
Yeah. Okay.
She's like, well, I guess technically you've got it set a butt above a little bit higher on that bar, but, you know, at least you're smart. You could be like them, motions to the people on the TV who are currently pulling on each other's hair, screaming. Every other word is censored.
It says a lot about the person who watches it as well.
Yeah, and the Romans watched people get butchered and gutted. Say about them.
Hmm. Fair point.
You did not expect her to be book smart. He's like, listen, it's not all that bad. Like, I don't watch it all the time. I mainly just watch it to help me pass out. She's like, it's good stuff to fall asleep to.
Uh-huh.
It's droll and boring, and you don't have a plot to keep up with. Nothing to get you crazy and excited. Really good for sleeping. You just eventually just drowns out into background noise, and then you wake up, turn it off, and move on to important things. Kind of like white noise, but instead it's white trash.
He cracks a smile.
Like, I think about it, probably wouldn't want to feed from those people. I bet they taste terrible too. That's a question I have. Do people have tastes?
Out of character, do they?
They do. Many people have different tastes to them. A person with a high pedigree that is well kept and well fed and has a solid diet that's got a lot of variety in it. Decent physical shape is going to taste a lot better to a vampire than say the malnourished homeless person living underneath a bridge. Not including the fact that like their skin's dirty, so you have a mouth on top of dirty skin. There's multiple things to consider there.
Yep, that makes sense. Yes. Yes, they do.
She's like, well, she turns off the TV. She's like, since you hate it so much, she's like, you just feed from me now and just help me sleep anyway.
Very well. He does so.
All right, so she goes limp from the sensation, and she's clearly enjoying it though. That's how a soft whimper. Like, oh, that's fantastic. So you get your 2 points of blood back.
Woo.
She sits up. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that, and she marches herself off to bed. Now what, Mister? I have 2 more blood points.
Yay.
And out of 10.
Getting her that job tomorrow too.
Gonna start them. Sure. That was important. Now he's got a career. They grow up so fast.
One day they were just feeding from dogs. Now they got a job at a police place.
Like I said, he reevaluated his life choices.
Yeah, I would have gone to the blood bank instead. Nothing like an investment at the local blood. So, got 2 blood. Are you all in a night, or you go out and party it up?
Nope. Calling it a night.
All right. So,
And
or
reading.
will we be fast forwarding to the following night, or are we calling it a night for tonight?
That's on you.
Oh, I'm perfectly capable of going for another night.
Yep. Sure. Why not?
Let's do it.
Okay, then. So we fast forward another night. So that makes it the 10th now.
It's the 10th.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it should be.
All right. That down here so I don't lose track because I know. So, who would like to go first?
I suppose I will.
Since he won't do much.
Yes.
Oh no, he got his job actually this time.
Exactly.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Got my job. Now I can actually do something interesting.
Oh my god.
Okay. So he prepares. I assume he starts at like 9.
Safe
At
assumption.
night. Yes. He gets ready. He gets into some, representable attire. And then he heads out. He takes the car because that is going to be the fastest way.
Okay, you had that car.
Yep.
Okay. Well, head out and arrive on time. No problems. And make it there. Now the guy who interviewed you before is there, and like, I'm glad to see you could make it.
I am too.
So he starts walking you through your daily activities. Just gonna be basically filing case and police reports that have been made, making sure that assigned to the appropriate department, and then sent off.
Okay. I take in as much information as possible so I can be the best one ever.
I wanna be the favorite.
Not yet.
I got a couple more years. Sorry, I gotta hit myself again. All this time travel. So, I guess you're gonna spend the whole time working.
I am also going to be observing everything that's happening in the office. The work environment, to be specific, as well as other people that happen to also have the same job occupation as I do. So
Okay.
I can assimilate their abilities and go, yeah, I'm going to do this better.
All right.
Real life all over again.
So you immediately on the first day you hit it off. Start immediately keeping pace with the other employees, who some of them have been there for several years now, hammering out work. Very helpful that running back and forth across an office and hallways at a slight jog continuously does not bother you. The whole oxygen kind of thing. It's the small things, and everyone goes on lunch break because they're starving, and you're like, no, no need for a lunch break. I'm sure you would 5 hours
here. A wink.
Oh. So you continue to work through it, and they're like, you can take a break, right? You don't have to press this that hard.
Is it mandatory?
Like, I mean, No, it's not.
Then I'm not.
Guy shrugs and he's like, all right. He walks away and he heads off. And they did point out that if you did so choose, that there is a cafeteria where you gather to eat.
He kind of scoffs at the idea of being in a room with a lot of people. Continues working.
Humbug. All right, so you power through. I guess we'll stop back at 5 a.m. with you.
I mean, unless anything interesting happens in the office. Yeah.
I mean, perps are brought in. That's about it. Guys are in handcuffs and are being processed right down the hall from you. You occasionally hear and see them as you're walking paperwork back and forth, but nothing crazy stands out. At least not tonight. Just the usual riffraff gang. Somebody that attempted robbery, carjacking.
Dog catcher.
Cut that out.
Classics. So, we'll head back over to Dorn and see what Dorn.
Well, he's going to call. You gave him a number to call, right? For his sire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to call her and inform her what he knows so far.
Well, you managed to make it over there, no problem. Super easy. And give that phone call out. Is there a particular message you leave behind, or because there's no answer when you call?
Yeah, I just give everything I know about the man, and also the picture of the picture I found in his wallet, and describe that, and that should be it.
Okay. So you head out, and doesn't seem to be any real major problems. Where exactly are you headed now, though?
Going to find my ghoul.
Okay, so you're gonna head out. Go and get Frank.
Yep.
Okay. Frank went ahead and woke up before you, obviously, and headed out back to his place. His place is actually just down the street from his office, though. The address that he gave you.
Yes. I knock on his place. I check the office first, see if he's in there. If not, I'll go towards his place.
He's actually at his office.
Oh, there you go. I greet Beatrice. Head into Frank's office.
She'll wave. She's like, "Hey, honey."
Hello.
Yeah, he's sitting there at his desk, and he's like, glad you could make it."
Yes, well rested.
I'm glad to hear that, as am I, and well fed too.
All right. Let's continue on this investigation.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless you have other matters.
No. I've made sure that my schedule is wide open. Proving to be my favorite case of all.
As he's patting no wooden stake.
Like, I'm gonna be using this.
Yes.
You can see that he's actually been filing it. Well, a pile of wood shavings.
Keep it nice and sharp.
He's like, "Oh, I will."
All right. And I believe we were headed towards the park, as this picture shows, right?
Yep. You can see there's a water fountain off into like the very far corner. You can just barely make out what, but you can tell that it's definitely like a family outing, like kind of photo that was snapped. So, take the information that you've got via the photo, and you start going through a couple of the books. Frank had actually managed to grab some in advance. He's like, "I've got some books here. They're all of like the local areas that different parks and different small recreational areas and gardens, any of those things, anything we could use. Got a couple here to go through, like a stack of like it looks like 20 or 30 small little miniatures.
Wait, this picture, does it have a date on it or anything? Take it.
Ah, glad you asked. So when you flip it over, there's a date written on it, and it says uh, March 13th, 1989.
All right. So this was taken almost a year ago. And you said there's a muscular guy in there, so right?
Yeah.
Does it look like the person that I'm looking for? Or, literally.
It
close
looks
to
like this person could fit the description.
Right.
Picture's not super clear and crisp. Obviously, it's thing was taken. It's not like the finest camera on the planet. It's a Polaroid even. But you can tell that it looks like this guy is probably based on the woman standing next to him. Your only real guesstimate into the size of the person, as the kid also not actually the purse that she's carrying. It looks like a standard size like handbag. You're trying to like ballpark his size based off of that purse. You're guessing he's probably about 6'3" range.
I look at Frank and Mike. Now this is taken a year ago. This could be our person we're looking for.
He's like, yeah, that does seem like it could be the case. And what are the chances that a wall would be dropped in the same? I was ambushed.
Mm-hmm. Let's trying to think here now. This date has to mean something. Do you have files here, or should I have to go to the police department to see people's what is it called, to see time of death, or not time of death, but when people died and such?
Oh, you mean like obituaries?
Yeah.
A previous record on obituaries, you could check. Go to a police station. He's like, or you could just go to the library. Honestly, the library would probably have a track record. Much easier
Right.
process. They've got those all purposely categorized separately.
Right. Let's try at the library.
All right. So
See,
he grabs his jacket, his hat, small bag. Like, all right, I got my lunch. We're ready.
All right.
Oh.
Lunch.
You must always have food on the job.
Yeah.
Same.
I had to go invest into some blood bank soon.
He'll invest in some bakeries.
Oh, this is the upward Victor. I went.
Yeah, Victor took a job as a PI. The best job. Beat people up and eat food. Can do. So you guys head out and head towards, I'm guessing, standard library that you always visit.
Yep. The huge ass library.
Yeah, the one that's basically open and the best your bet for information.
Yes.
All right, so you head out over to it and you arrive, no problems.
Yes. I go up to the counter. I'm like, hey, you know where the obituaries are? Which floor?
He's just like, yeah, if you head upstairs, one of the neighbor rooms is actually set up for just obituaries and date of births as well.
All right, thank you.
Yep. And so you and Frank head up.
Mm-hmm.
So you head into the room. There's obviously no one in there because I don't know how often are people doing that research. So access the room and sits down, opens up his lunchbox and starts eating. He's like, I figured I'll let you do this part.
Yes, I go straight towards the date that's written down.
Okay. So you go towards that date, and you don't notice anything popping up. Give me an intelligence and academics. an intelligence and investigation.
Two. Okay.
All right. So you, as you're pouring through, you finally do come across one obituary. It's actually two that stand out. Um,
Hmm.
there's several deaths that happen on this date area. Um, there's an elderly couple passes away. Hispanic family has a car accident. Unfortunately, the car catches on fire. Everyone dies in that. The one that stands out to you, what looks like a woman and a little girl who passed away.
Hmm.
And so when you information see the names listed for those obituaries too, of course.
Yes.
And there's a picture associated with one, and pictures line up just like people in the photo.
I see. And what are these names?
Uh, one is a Susan Summers, mother's name, and the girl was Tracy Summers.
Okay. I tell Frank, I'm like, hey, check this out real quick.
Yeah, in between stuffing his face lunch, yeah, looks over and he's like, "Huh, I'll be damned. Looks just like him."
Summers. So we got a last name. Does it say? I'll probably need like public information for on these two. See if she was married or anything.
Yeah, you can have to go to like the courthouse, request public information for that kind of thing.
Believe we can do that around this time.
And Frank's like, no, they're not gonna be open. Government buildings close at like 5, 6 p.m. They're never open that late.
Hmm. Then I might need you to do something tomorrow.
He's like, yeah, I can do that. That's not a problem. Let me guess, you want me to? He points at the picture of the two. He's like, you want me to get their information, everything I can on file?
Yes.
Yeah, as a PI, it's at least better that I do it anyway. Got a license for this. He's like, all right, yeah, I can do that. He's like, are we doing anything else tonight, or?
I think we got most of what we need actually.
He's like, all right, well, guess we'll call it a night then.
Yes.
That was unusually productive.
Yep. Not that hard, nor was it too strenuous on us.
For once.
And I close up everything. I hand everything to Frank.
All right, he takes everything, puts it into a folder that he's got,
Mm-hmm.
and I take it you guys head out.
Yep.
All right, so you head out, and I'm guessing you hail your own cab to head home.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you head home. Frank goes his own separate way in his own cab.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do anything else with the rest of your night?
He's just going to stay up.
Wanna watch
Just stay up
Jerry
and-
Springer and eat bonbons?
No Jerry Springers. He's just going to stay up until he gets tired and goes to sleep.
Okay. All right. And so we will call it at that because eventually I'm going to pass out myself. So how was it?
Productive.
Was there any ideas or criticisms that I might be able to improve upon, in your opinions? Other than that sketchy part where apparently I dropped 1,102 frames, which is apparently where I was having that audio issue. It's like you dropped like 0.2% of your frames, and I'm like, that doesn't seem a lot until I see 1,100.
Oh, everything was fun.
anything you all would like to see more in-game wise. Does it require more combat or more RP?
RP is fine.
Everything's on.
The lack of combat is fine.
He's saying that because he's not a combat person.
Maybe
What?
it's good.
You don't want.
Need you to send him like a giant ass like dragon or something to come through his.
Oh, but of course, yeah. No, that's like a requirement. All dragons, all the time.
They all just come through, just sit down on his couch, watch Jerry Springer.
And of course, because it show me on my side of the chat, are there even people watching right now? I don't know.
No.
I don't believe so.
Probably
There's 5 people.
It's
a very odd hour.
People
Really?
actually would watch. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for those poor souls.
There's 5 people.
4 people.
Uh-oh.
Quick, people who are in the chat, what did you all think? Was it terrible? Was it good? Should I go and die a fiery death, or should I just eat more tacos? Please vote the last one.
Find out next time.
I was gonna let people have their input right now. I'm not going to bed immediately, but I figured now would be like a solid wrap-up point.
Yeah.
That eerie, dead, quiet chat. Or it's just a delayed chat and it says there's 5 people, and it's like, nah, there's not 5 people.
It's like
Yeah.
-3.
-3 is a black hole. Go into chat, disappear forever. It's the
Start
finest
typing,
of chats.
They never turn.
Came back. Dun dun dun. Close out that particular one, so it's not using that anymore.
But
yeah.
yes.
What are your hopes and ambitions for your future characters, at least?
Not to die.
Ah, yes. My preferred favorite thing on the planet. I too like not death. It's cozy, heartwarming. Also,
I have aspirations.
also the best activity ever. You don't die, but you don't succeed at the same time. You get by. Just do a little bit less terrible each time.
Other than that, pretty good.
All right, well, I just
Yes,
at least try to get the input from people, see where they want a story to go, or where they would like it to please, for the love of God, stop. You never know.
It might be better when we actually meet together and possibly having more people. Who knows?
Oh yeah, that might be helpful.
Being
And,
given a unified goal between all of us.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, to be fair,
so I can
Vampire is a lot less like having a group goal, so much as it is you can have group goals, but they don't always align at the same time. So you could find yourself working towards the same goal, or you could be working towards the same goal, but at the same time you could have different reasons for doing so.
Yeah.
And that's like at most, like, it's pretty frequent that most vampires are helping each other only because it furthers their own agendas. They really couldn't care 3 shits about what else is going on at that moment.
True.
That's how, like, every vampire game, that's the one reason why I like it a little bit more than D. One, rolling is a little bit more fair, if you haven't noticed. A little better.
Today, Dice Gods like me, you know.
Yeah. Especially when they like you. Then you're like, oh, 3 or 4 successes? And 5 successes is considered exceptional. Like Jesus Christ, that's an impressive roll. Even 3 and 4 is still really good. So rolling continuously on 3s and 4s, it gives you a much better representation of like what your average skills are. Like, if you're really good at something, you'll reflect that versus please don't let me roll a 1 for some arbitrary asinine reason. And I have to be like level 20 with all my skill points in that skill to counteract that terrible roll. And then I have like mediocre roll, and you're like trash. Yep, indeed. Oh god, there's more people watching. Who would wander into this? But yeah, I'm glad that you are at least enjoying the game so far. What are your character's goals, at least? I have yet to ask that.
You've asked, I just didn't have the chance to answer.
Now you can answer it. With
Yes.
people watching. The
So,
tension mounts.
first things first is goal is to excel at this job that he now has, potentially get into a more detective-like role, and then he can start directly interacting with the supernatural and trying to understand more of it. And this might eventually lead to him uncovering sort of grand secret that'll allow him to transcend this curse that he's been plagued with. And beyond that, who knows what could happen.
The fabled states. Starting with dog catcher. No, I mean that's more than a reasonable goal. I'm sure you will find certain things about that, and I already have stuff like that that is sprinkled throughout the story. We'll discover.
If you discover.
Yeah, if you discover it, I mean, you could completely bypass it and just end up like Frank eating hot dogs, working as a PI. Who knows? Are there any questions you have about the world in general or about the game line?
More or less, because I didn't specify in my backstory, I suppose, would I have met clan already, or the clan I'm currently in?
Would you have met what?
The clan that I'm currently in, the Tremere.
Like, would you have met other clan members?
Yes.
Yeah, no, you would have already been brought to your local chantry on top of everything else.
Okay.
The Tremere are typically very controlling. The only way that you get around having basically eyes on you at all the time is either A, living in the Tremere chantry itself, which is where most Tremere live. It's pretty unusual for them to actually not live inside the chantry for a long time.
Why you being different? No, come on.
But sometimes there can be exceptions made depending on who the sire is. They might be able to negotiate certain stipulations that allow their children outside of a chantry. But you went through an entire ritual and process where you drank from a cup of blood that binds you to the Council of Seven that lead the Tremere as a whole of the clan itself. And so your loyalty still lies to them. It doesn't make you an unwavering blind subject, but it makes it much more difficult for you to knowingly, on purpose, do things against the clan.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. And the mill will be like, yeah, I like this structure. This is very nice.
Oh, it is very structured. And if you wanted to, you could live inside the chantry itself and just be surrounded by a library.
He's still very much clinging on to his humanity, so, you know.
Yep, I figured as much.
So, how many members of my clan I've met? Because I know they're pretty solo.
Yeah, it's you and her.
Right.
You and your sire are the only Hazamites that you're aware of that are in the city. She has not so much struck out as an independent, but she has been continuously working contracts for the Camarilla. And they paid her and her sire a large upfront sum to come and work here. And she decided that she needed a little bit more muscle. Hired you.
All right. So I see quiet places. That's not me or my my sire. And someone else is here.
Hello, people. Hi. You've come at the end of the game, but feel free to chat. So yeah, are there more questions that you have pertaining towards either A, Vampire the Masquerade itself, clans that you're in, other clans? Ask away. The reason I write these books.
There's questions I'll probably DM you because I can't think of any right now.
Can't think up on the spot? Oh.
Can't think at 3 a.m.
Well, it's only... Okay, it is, yeah, it's 3:01 a.m., but that's not too bad. Alright, I mean, other than that, yeah, there's a lot to take in for it. Combat can be a little rough around the edges and clunky. Not used to how it works, especially with the fact that you're in reverse, so the slowest person goes before the fastest person. But once you get the hang of it, most of it's guide. Mainly just remember what roles go with what, and occasionally when like something like dancing, it's like improvise. All right, dexterity and expression. That express yourself with the best you can.
No,
do
it's gonna be
sometimes.
dancing next.
It certainly won't be me. I'm no dancing fool. Rhythm of a handicapped seal.
Handicap seat.
It's honestly true. I have been made to dance a number of times. In fact, actually, I have to be in performance 2 days. It's gonna be
Sounds
gross.
lovely.
Oh,
Sounds
it's gonna be terrible. Oh, actually, I'm playing Krillin because I'm bald. Best friend requested it. Like, I hate you. Okay. Oh, and then I'm also, as an atheist, ironically playing Joel Osteen, because that one I wouldn't say. That sounded too funny to me. I have no idea what else I'm doing. I've only been told that I'm playing those two people, and that's it. I just know it's for a large convention, in front of a large crowd. I mentioned I'm not good. Crowds of people.
Oh.
I figured it'd be like a good excuse to get myself out of my shell. So it'll work. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think honestly, as far as like Vampire the Masquerade goes, though, some of my favorite ones, hands down, are a mixture of the Azamites as my favorite clan. But some of my second favorites are definitely the Zamish and the Ravnos. Those are all clans that you won't see a ton of in New York City, unfortunately. Though there is a chance to see Zamish a little bit more than Ravnos. Ravnos are wanderers, are associated with the Ravani.
All right.
The chat lurks on. But I guess since we don't have exactly flooding in questions, that we will pick this up in a couple of days. I'm not sure what my off is. Look here, but I'm guessing for you guys it's going to be the same thing with a Saturday again. Any day that you can get your fix.
Yes, any day, any
Any
hour,
day.
any second.
Give me my RPs.
Give me my drugs.
You're not even doing anything. You spend the whole time in your room reading. You
Don't
damn
worry,
nerd.
His drugs will come back in Skyrim tomorrow.
Gross.
16 hours again.
Gross. It's too much.
It's
I'm
never too much.
I'm waiting for the next Elder Scrolls or a really good mod to bring me back. Let's see. Oh god, that's the wrong week. It's definitely not that week. Let's skip ahead 2 weeks. I need the correct week here, phone, please. So I will probably be able to run the next game. Yeah, we could actually do it on if everyone's free on Sunday. I could actually do a Sunday. As a manager on duty, I'd just be closing at 8 for some god awful. I remember out at 6. I'm sure it's something atrocious. Then I don't open until 2 the next day. I could do Sunday and Monday because I'm off on that Tuesday as well.
See if we can get some more people on that during that time as well.
Yeah, it might help if I actually announce it to Twitter and other places for all the people who follow all of my books and all the writings.
Yes.
Yes, they would probably want to know. Yeah, I'll work on an automated tweet for that Stream Deck thing down there that it automatically does. I can be in the end possible. But otherwise, I guess we will call it a wrap. This has been a blast. I will see you all in literally 2 days, I guess. Then.
Maybe.
Probably.
I'll be too tired the next. Trash. But otherwise, if anything changes, I'll let you know. I might be free on Saturday, but that one's subject to change. I wouldn't hold me to it, honestly.
Yep.
All right, people. Well, it's been a blast. I will see you all later.
Yep. Goodbye.
Yep.